This is winning. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Since 1957, Arkansas Capital has been empowering entrepreneurs, helping businesses thrive, watching communities prosper, and making dreams become reality. Arkansas Capital is a beacon of hope for businesses seeking a fresh start or growth capital by providing a variety of financing solutions. But Arkansas Capital isn't just a financing corporation. We're your partners in growth. Put our 145 years of combined experience to work for you with over $500 million in loans to facilitate projects.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing.
Capital.com.
Welcome back to the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show. As we just looked at Rex's Road to the Rock rankings, and Kendall, I don't know about you, but I got some games I want to talk about. And some games that I'm looking at is actually the Bentonville versus Bentonville West game. They are traveling across town. It's really in the same city, but not really, but they got the same name, so it's a rivalry. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I used to train up with Coach Kuhn up in that area, so it's going to be a really good game for Bentonville and Bentonville West.
Yes, Cooper, I absolutely agree. And I want to talk about another
Testing, 1, 2.
game in the Class 7A. I want to stay there. Number 5, Pulaski Academy will host Little Rock Christian on Friday night. Again, another rivalry game. This game has been a rivalry for years, and it'll be a fun one to watch. Really good quarterback play. Should be exciting.
Well, you know what I want to talk about now is the Stevens Inc. Big Game of the Week. And I want to mention one, Kendall, and then I want you to go ahead. But I want to talk about the Arkadelphia and Malvern game, the Washita River Rumble. I think I got that right. And this is going to be a conference championship, and whoever wins this game.
Welcome if you're watching us on the live stream. We're trying to get some issues worked out, make sure our audio is working, so we may be talking a little bit while you listen to the pregame show that's on the radio. It's senior night here at Lake Hamilton, so a rainy night. I don't know if it's coming across there on the video, but the rain is pouring down right now, a little bit foggy too. But it should be, I would say, messy conditions, but since they have turf, which they replaced a few years ago, should be okay for some football tonight as long as we don't have any lightning. So, again, we're going to test some equipment. Other than that, enjoy listening to our pregame show on 102.3 KCJC. We'll have Cyclone football coming up, kickoff at 7 o'clock, but we'll have the official pregame show at about 6:40 with Coach Dave Wheeler. Thanks for joining us.
Richard Atkinson will give you the latest scores and updates from around the state, as well as the newest Rex's Road to the Rock rankings, brought to you by the Little Rock Convention and Visitors Bureau. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, Arkansas State University, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Arkansas Brighter Futures 529, Arkansas Delta Byways, Lyon College, Baptist Health, Stevens Inc., Little Rock Convention and Visitors Bureau, Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, Saracen Casino, UAMS, Arkansas Capital, Visit Hot Springs, Simmons Bank, Arkansas State Chamber of Commerce, Lexicon, Henderson State University, Arkansas Blue Cross Blue Shield, and the University of Central Arkansas. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show is a production of the Washita Sports Digital Network at Washita Baptist University. The producer is OSDN Senior Jalen Davis. For my co-host and OSDN Senior Kendall Gibbons, I'm Cooper Darr, a sophomore at Washita. Enjoy a great night of high school football, and we invite you to join us again next week for the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show.
Russellville Cyclone football on River Country KCJC is made possible in part by Sorrell's Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Diver Vision Care, by Jerome & Associates, the Russellville School District, by Mac Daddy's Old Town Meat and Eat, Congressman Bruce Westerman, R&R Express, River Valley Tractor, Phil Wright Autoplex, River Valley Tinting and Glass, Miller Roofing Company, First State Bank, Feltner's Athletes Corner, EMF Roofing, Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings, by ConAgra, Chicken Mart, Centennial Bank, the Arkansas Valley Farmers Association, by Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Alathus Realty, Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, and by A Better Way Realty. Russellville Cyclone football on River Country KCJC.
It's time for the Russell Cyclone Coaches Show. I'm Mickey Duval tonight. The Cyclones are on the road to close out the regular season at Lake Hamilton. Russell is coming off back-to-back victories over Fort Smith Southside and Siloam Springs.
Lake Hamilton is coming off an upset victory over Shiloh Christian. We'll take a break. We come back, we'll hear from Cyclone head coach Dave Wheeler about tonight's matchup. This is the Cyclone Football Coaches Show on the EAB Sports Network.
The folks at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air want to take a moment to not only thank you for your business, but also the opportunity to work for you and give your family whole house comfort. Every kind word that you've put online and personal recommendation to your friends and family is appreciated. And customers like you are not only vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, thank you from Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
Your business is up against a lot of things these days. Inflation cost, workforce issues, federal overreach. The list of things keeping you up at night keeps getting longer. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas is here to help. We are constantly working to improve the business climate and make Arkansas as competitive as possible. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas works tirelessly for your business so you can rest easy. Join us today.
Welcome back to the Cyclone Coaches Show. We visited with head coach Dave Wheeler and asked him about facing the Wing T of Lake Hamilton and if it helped the fact that he's going to have to face it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, definitely. When you're playing the Wing T, if you get a chance to play another team that runs a form of it the week before, it always helps. You know, at least your kids are lining up to it and they're putting their eyes, hopefully getting their eyes in the right places. That's really the key is when the ball snaps, your eyes have got to be on the keys that are what you're supposed to look at, and each guy is a little bit different, and it's usually different what they would do, put their eyes against a normal offense or a regular offense, where their eyes are looking at something different than what they would normally look at. So it takes training your eyes, and that takes time, and having that extra week helps. We still can't simulate the speed of it in the game, and that's the one thing that Lake Hamilton is really, they're probably 3 times faster at running it than Siloam Springs, because Siloam just started doing it. So it always worries me that first series, that first couple of drives when our guys are trying to adjust to the speed of it. That's what usually gets you. But we got some things we think we might be able to do as far as blitz packages, run blitz packages against it that have always we've had success with the last 2 or 3 years. So, you know, our kids can play it, but we're playing it with guys that are not as big as we've been in the past up front, and I worry about that more than anything. It's just our size up front is not as big. But these guys have played it for 2 years now, going on their 3rd game, 4th game up doing it. A lot of them played against it for 2 years. So that experience and knowing that we can stop it, I think last year's win was a big win. Just so our kids understand that they can beat these guys, that you can stop that offense. Hopefully that gives us some confidence going down there.
As a defensive coach, when you see an offense like that, do you appreciate it or do you hate it because you have to usually defend against it?
Yeah, I mean, when you're a defense guy, you don't like it just from the standpoint it's different than everything else you do for 10 weeks. Plus, when you catch them at the end of the year is when they're usually at their best. They've worked out, you know, what they're not good at, and they don't do the things they're not good at. They've changed their splits to get their, trap to work. They've ironed out all their kinks. They have figured out from year to year, how to adjust it to works for the kids that they got right now. And they tend not to have near as many turnovers at the end of the year, whereas if you play them early in the year, you have chances to make them cause them to turn the ball over and do some things, do some busts. But hopefully we're going to do some things that I have not seen anybody else do on film as far as some of our blitz packages, and we're changing them from what we did last year, so they're not the same. So if they go back to last year's film, it's not going to be the exact same blitzes, but it's going to be stuff that I think will work and will hit home.
All the fans are always looking at what the seeding means and what needs to happen. Is that something you address with the kids, or do y'all not even talk about it?
No, they know. We talked about as soon as the Shiloh Christian game was over that we still had the future of what we wanted to happen is still right in front of us, even though we just got beat. We had a chance. We knew if we ran the table and won 3 games in a row, we'd play at home in the playoffs. And that's what we've been trying to get to, where we get a home playoff game, Making the playoffs this year is huge. Just getting back in the playoffs after last year's disappointment, losing out on points, getting back into the playoffs is a huge thing for us. But now we want to push that envelope and go farther and play a game at home, something we haven't done in 7 years. If we can get a home game, I think that's a huge win for our program. And then hopefully, you turn that into a win, you go to the second round, and you keep moving on.
That's Dave Wheeler. We'll take a look at the history between these two teams when our pregame show continues.
Finding your place is more than just a location.
It's about discovering your purpose, exploring your passions on a campus that feels like home. At A-State, you can achieve at the highest levels, form lasting relationships, and support the Red Wolves, both on campus and in the wild. Whether you're into research, the arts, healthcare, or maybe something else, there's a place for you at Arkansas State University. Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Welcome back to the Cyclone Coaches Show. This is the 15th meeting between Russellville and Lake Hamilton. Cyclones hold a narrow 8-6 edge over the Wolves. Last year was a 40-14 victory for the Crimson Cyclones, which saw Tracy Daniels for Russellville rush for 142 yards, became the Cyclones' all-time leading rusher. A lot of playoff implications on the line tonight. Both teams are in, and they're fighting for a better seed. Coming up next, we'll join the rest of our media team at Wolf Stadium in Percy, Arkansas. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's time out for Tech. Arkansas Tech's largest preview day for high school seniors will be held on Tuesday, November 12th on the ATU Russellville campus, with check-in beginning at 9 a.m. Join us at Tucker Coliseum for a day filled with scholarship giveaways, opportunities to interact with current faculty and students, campus tours, a student organization fair, and the chance to take home plenty of free Arkansas Tech swag. Time out for Tech. You don't want to miss it. Register now at atu.edu/TOFT.
Farmers Co-op, East Main, Russellville. Mike Apple's along with us. Mike, you guys have some great culvert deals. People looking to do some work on the farm or around their home, you can help.
You bet. We've got plastic culvert from 8 inches up to as big as you want to go, 20 feet, 24 feet. Got good prices on them. You ought to check us out.
Remember the Co-op in Russellville, East Main, and don't forget their Danville location.
At Centennial Bank, we believe serving our community goes beyond assisting with financial needs. We pride ourselves on being community connected and customer focused. Supporting our community starts with our employees. We enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. Our local bankers are a team that brings passion, pride, and dedication to our communities. That is why Centennial Bank is proud to support the place we call home. Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
KCJC, Dartmouth, Russellville.
Turn the music up as loud as I want.
You got that right. So crank up more of today's best country on River Country. KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
Russellville Cyclone Football on River Country KCJC is made possible in part by Sorrell's Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Diver Vision Care, by Jerome & Associates, the Russellville School District, by Mac Daddy's Old Town Meat and Eat, Congressman Bruce Westerman, R&R Express, River Valley Tractor, Phil Wright Autoplex, River Valley Tinting and Glass, Miller Roofing Company, First State Bank, Feltner's Athletes Corner, E&F Roofing, Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings, by ConAgra, Chicken Mart, Centennial Bank, the Arkansas Valley Farmers Association, by Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Alathus Realty, Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, and by A Better Way Realty. Russellville Cyclone Football on River Country KCJC.
And welcome, friends. We're coming to you live from Wolf Stadium in Percy, Arkansas, on the campus of Lake Hamilton High School, where it's 62 degrees, very rainy, little windy, but the conditions are perfect for some Cyclone football. Good evening. I'm Mickey Duvall, here to bring you all the action from the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. We welcome you if you're listening to us on FM 102 102.3 KCJC, watching our stream on Cyclone Booth YouTube page. Remember, you can get all that info on the EAB app, free app on your phone. There's still time because we got some playoffs to talk about. In fact, both of these teams tonight, Russellville and Lake Hamilton, they are bound for the playoffs, but they're playing for playoff seeding tonight as we close out the regular season. I'm joined by my color man, Aaron Duval, media team, Chase Canfield, Maggie Duval, our engineer, producer back at Russellville is Stephen Berry. We're going to start off with our Cyclone Rewind. Russellville's defense recovered 2 fumbles, stopped Siloam Springs on four downs, and the special teams even blocked a punt as the Cyclones defeated the Panthers 38-14 last week. Conference, though, they were talking about what Lake Hamilton did, their 7-point victory at Shiloh Christian, a huge upset. That has put us in this position to talk about playoff stuff, and it really threw a wrench in a lot of things. Now, look, Russellville's didn't change really too much, because if Russellville wins tonight, they're probably going to get the 4th seed and host a playoff game. There is an outside chance they could win tonight and it's still not get that 4th seed to get a home playoff game, but that would involve it would involve Van Buren beating Shiloh Christian. So we're going to iron all that out during our pregame show and kind of get you clear on everything. But realistically, Russellville needs to win the game and then keep an eye on that Shiloh Christian Van Buren game. We turn to my color man tonight, Aaron Duval, for your segment. What do you think about tonight's ball game between Russellville and the Wolves of Lake Hamilton?
Well, if there ever was a game that we need to play smart and not shoot ourselves in the foot, this is it. We've got to control. Our goal is to control both lines of scrimmage. On offense, I think the short passing and the running to keep the defense off balance. But we cannot let Lake Hamilton get ahead of us. We've got to stay ahead. We need to be ahead or stay even with them. Their big threat is their running back, Hayden Barton, who's averaging about 122 yards a game. So we're going to have to do something to control that line of scrimmage and to shut down the run. It'd be great if we could get them to pass in weather like this, because we have the people in our secondary that know how to intercept a football. So we have got to develop a run. We've got to move the ball, and once we move the ball and get in that red zone, we've got to score.
Lake Hamilton typically doesn't throw the football very much. They throw it more this year than they ever have in recent years. They're averaging 129 yards passing a game, but their strength's the running game. They run it on everybody. They average 281 yards per game on the ground. They're going to run with this wing T offense, whether it's working or not. And so how you stop a running offense, like when you see teams like Air Force, Navy, even back the Razorbacks years ago when they had Ken Hatfield, you get up 2 scores on them and you force them to throw it. Now, they do throw the ball a little bit more than they have in the past. As I said, they've thrown 104 passes in 9 games. They're averaging over 10 attempts a game. That is much more than they've ever done before. And Landon West, their quarterback's only thrown 3 interceptions this year, 8 touchdowns, thrown for 1,100 yards. Hayden Barton, as you said, he's rushed for just under 1,100 yards, but he's not the only back they have. Dylan Murphy, number 1, Carson Jackson, number 14, they've each rushed for over 500 yards. It's just that fullback, number 44, Hayden Barton. Whenever you're running the Wig T, the fullback is the one that gets the most carries, and you're going to see a lot of handoffs. You'll see double handoffs tonight where they hand it to a fullback and then he hands it to another cross running back. So things like that. It's a lot of looky who's got the cookie type offense, and sometimes you're kind of on your heels. So you really have to trust your reads. And even you heard Coach Wheeler talk about that, about getting your eyes right and not always trusting your eyes, but trusting what you've done in practice. And the good thing about the Cyclones is they've had 2 weeks to practice against this offense. Last week in the 6A West, other than Lake Hamilton and Russellville, Mountain Home easily defeated Van Buren 42-7. Greenwood pounded Southside 70-28. Tonight, Shiloh Christian is at Van Buren. That's the one we're going to be watching. Mountain Home's at Greenwood and Southside at Siloam Springs. So here's what it looks like in the standings. Greenwood has locked up the 1 seed, probably. Not really. They're playing Mountain Home tonight. If they beat Mountain Home, they're the 1. If Mountain Home wins, they're the 1. Mountain Home still could be anywhere from the 1 or the 3, but they're sitting in second place right now at 5-1. Shiloh Christian and this Lake Hamilton team are tied for third at 4-2. Russellville is sitting At number 5 at 3-3, Van Buren has locked up the 6th seed. They're 2-4. Van Buren is going to be a 6th seed no matter what happens tonight. That we know for sure. Now, for Russellville, if they are a 5 seed, they will go on the road next week, probably at El Dorado. If they are a 4 seed, we're not sure who they'll host, but they will be at home. In order for Russellville to be a 4 seed, they have to win and make sure Shiloh beats Van Buren. If Shiloh does not beat Van Buren, then Russellville must win this game tonight by 7 points or more. Southside and Silent Springs are out of the playoffs. They're both winless. They face off tonight. Last week in the River Valley, Clarksville lost to Farmington 49-0. Dover defeated Waldron 26-22. Ozark 48. Lamar 42. Dardanelle beat Pottsville 41-14, but Pottsville has this. They go 1-1 in the same week. They won a game from 2 weeks ago that they lost to Lamar because Lamar had played an ineligible player. So they picked up a win and a loss last week. And Conway Christian beat Hector 43-0. Tonight's games in the Valley: Mina's at Dardanelle, Dover's at Pottsville, Lamar at Waldron, Hector at Magazine, Two Rivers at Paris. Atkins and Mayflower played last night. We're going to take a break, come back with more of your pregame show, talk about the history of this series. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
When a patient rings the bell after completing cancer treatment, we celebrate one more step toward healing. And with the new UAMS Baptist Health Cancer Center, we celebrate the trusted choice in cancer care. The two greatest healthcare forces in Arkansas have come together to deliver second-to-none treatments with the latest technology, all in celebration of you. Learn more at baptist-healthcancercenter.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Chambers Bank in Dardanelle is a full-service community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs, with 2 convenient branches in Dardanelle at 6th and Union and 4th and Union, or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you working hard to feed your family on a budget? Visit Chicken Mart to get all your Crispitos, pizza sticks, restaurant quality chicken nuggets, strips, wings, and fries all in one stop, and lots of opportunity purchases that are so good they may never come back. Check out Chicken Mart in 2 convenient locations before you go grocery shopping and see what they have for your family. Chicken Mart's been serving the River Valley since 1983 and still going strong. Visit 1808 South Arkansas Avenue or 106 Weir Road in Russellville. Chicken Mart, your chicken and more store.
Are you looking for a great place to work that offers great pay and benefits, where you can make an impact in a safe, clean environment? ConAgra is looking for motivated, energetic people to join their team. ConAgra is recruiting industrial maintenance technicians to fill openings on all shifts. Positions start at $25.61 an hour plus a shift differential. Experience is required, so for immediate consideration, apply online at ConAgraBrands.com/careers. That's ConAgraBrands.com/careers. ConAgra is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to the Olathe Realty broadcast booth at Wolf Stadium in Lake Hamilton in Percy, Arkansas. A rainy night. The rain's been off and on tonight. It kind of stopped right now, but we're not trusting that. Right now, though, no lightning in the forecast. That would cause a delay. We have been here years ago, even before streaming, years ago, for a playoff game in which we saw some lightning, had a delay. It was when Lake Hamilton defeated Russellville 38-13. And there was lightning delay late in the game when the game was pretty much decided, but you had to finish it because it was a playoff game, so we had a little over an hour delay that night. Looking at the history between these two teams, it's the 15th meeting. Russellville leads the series 8 wins to 6 wins for Lake Hamilton. They've met the last 8 consecutive seasons. Most of those have been conference matchup, as it is tonight. Lake Hamilton last year went 3-7. That was their first losing season in 6 years. They won 2 state championships here in 92 and 2008. 2008 was won by the current head coach, Tommy Gillerin, who's a Lake Hamilton graduate. He's there in his 26th season, but his 8th at Lake Hamilton. He was once the coach for the Dover Pirates years ago. He spent there 4 seasons there before leaving for Fountain Lake. Looking at the I always want to say dead T, but it's the wing T. Sometimes I'll call it the double wing, but it's a running attack, and they will go under center. And again, Hayden Barton, the fullback, Dylan Murphy with the wingback, and wingback Carson Jackson. They do have a receiver who's caught 20 passes this year, Parker Vandy. They'll send more people out in the pattern, but he's their main go-to guy. Now, a couple years ago, they finally started playing 7-on-7. Before that, they really had no need because they were strictly a running team, and they would average under 4 passes a game. They're about 10 passes a game this year. So, I mean, this is a wide-open offense if you want to talk the history of Lake Hamilton. Their losses this year, they lost the season opener by 5, 34-29. They lost at Greenwood and lost at home here to Mountain Home. That was their last home game 2 weeks ago. They got shut out by Mountain Home, 36-0. Lake Hamilton's an odd team this year. I mean, they're really good at running their offense. They can put up a lot of yards on some teams and a lot of points at times. But when you look at their schedule, it's weird. They get shut out by Mountain Home, 36-0. They beat Shiloh Christian by 7 last week. They win by 2 points here at home against Fort Smith Southside, the winless team in the conference. And the only reason they won that game is because Southside missed a chip shot field goal from inside the 20 on the last play of the game. Lake Hamilton won that one 26-24. So they've been like hit or miss. They lose that, or they win that game by 2. They come back, they pound Van Buren, and then they're back-to-back losses. But, hey, they rebounded in a big way last week, winning at Shiloh Christian. We are a little delayed, not because of the weather, but because it's senior night, and they had a ton of seniors, and they're still getting introduced. That is fine. But the clock here has been rolling since about a little over 90 minutes before kickoff. It has stopped at 8 minutes, and so they still have quite a few seniors to introduce. Not just football, but all sports, just like Russellville did last week. Once again, Cyclones need to win this one. Maybe need a little help. They just need to make sure that Shiloh Christian defeats Van Buren, which should happen. Shiloh Christian is the favorite, even though it is at Van Buren, and Shiloh coming off a loss themselves. But we're going to be keeping an eye on that one. We're going to be keeping an eye on Mountain Home at Greenwood, and also, even though it's over on the east in the 6A, there's a big matchup between the Benton Panthers and the Marion Patriots that's going to settle who's going to be the 1 seed and who's going to be the 2 seed. Now, we think that if we're the 5 seed, we're going to El Dorado. If we host it as a 4 seed, we think we're looking at Jonesboro. There's a chance that it might be Sheridan. All that's going to shake out tonight. And we may not know, even after we go off the air, who we're going to be playing, but we should know when we go off the air that we know where we're going to be playing, whether it be at Cyclone Stadium or on the road. We're going to take a break. Come back. We'll give you your Cyclone watch, what's on our radar tonight. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Looking to expand without breaking the bank? Now's the best time to visit Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings, the River Valley's oldest full-service portable buildings dealer, 8 years and counting. Thinking of getting a building or a carport? Will give yourself the gift of added space with the benefit of end-of-the-year specials at Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings. That she shed, man cave, or shop you've always wanted is at Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings, 4151 South Arkansas.
If you own a business, you know how important your roof is, but do you know how to maintain it? E&F Roofing has been offering the best commercial roof systems as well as conducting preventative maintenance and asset management services so you can focus on your business. From industries to schools and local businesses of all shapes and size, E&F Roofing has been serving Arkansas for over 50 years and trusted for 3 generations. So call 479-272-4069 for a free estimate today.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas deliver reliable, affordable power to more than 60% of Arkansas, the field we call home. The 17 dedicated electrical cooperatives around the state manage over 75,000 miles of power lines, delivering power to more than 500,000 homes, farms, businesses, and of course, football fields, improving the lives of communities and their residents all across Arkansas. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, the power to play, the power to deliver.
Fellner's Athletes Corner, your high-performance athletic store for quality athletic footwear and apparel, features Nike, Under Armour, The North Face, Patagonia, Oakley, Saucony, New Balance, Brooks, Asics, Kabuki, and many, many more. Fellner's invites you to make them your first stop. With more than 50 years combined experience, the familiar faces at Fellner's can help you with all your athletic needs. Fellner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main, Russellville, open 9:30 until 6 Monday through Saturday.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville.
River Country, KCJC, an EAB Media Group radio station.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen Berry, our engineer and producer, as always throughout the season. We appreciate him tonight. We are at Lake Hamilton, and we thought this game was going to go fast. So you got Lake Hamilton, who's definitely a running team. Russellville, also kind of a running team. Not a lot of incomplete passes, so we thought the game would go fast. The start time is going to be late, though, because they are still announcing seniors, even though normally we'd be kicking off here in about 30 seconds from now. So we're going to be delayed on that. They started it too late, and I understand that because we had torrential rain coming down, and not just coming straight down, it's coming down a little sideways, and so I think that might have caused them to delay a bit. It's rained a lot. Rain on us on the trip down here. Keep looking at the track because that's kind of how we can tell. I don't think you can tell on the video at times. Right now it has stopped, even though it's trickling just a little bit. You see some, as we're looking below us, we're sitting above the Lake Hamilton fans. We see some umbrellas still out because it's just sprinkling just a little bit. And as we're looking at their seniors come out, they're putting up the umbrellas to at least get their picture taken, and we totally understand that. Do want to tell you this is not part of our Cyclone History segment, what I'm about to tell you. We will have a Cyclone History segment from 2017, so not that long ago, but it's a special, special moment in Cyclone history, and it happened here at Wolf Stadium. But I do want to add this little tidbit since we have some time to talk during our pregame show, and they're still doing some of the seniors here. Back in 1993, Russellville went 8-3-1 on the season. They opened their season tying Morrilton 14-14. They beat Conway that year 21-7. They would later lose to Conway in the second round of the playoffs, and so Conway got avenged in that loss. Team was coached by Phil Collins back then. Russellville won 8 games the year before and the year after, and they had lost to Conway in the playoffs the last year, just like this year. However, in this 93 season, Russellville beat Lake Hamilton 13-7. That was significant for 2 reasons. First of all, it was the 400th win in the history of Russellville High School football. Also, Lake Hamilton had won the state championship the year before in 92. They'd made the semifinals in 91, 92, 93. They lost 2 games that year to Russellville, and then the state title game to Malvern. Malvern was led by Madre Hill back then, won that game 20-9. But the win by Russellville there in 93 was not just Russellville's 400th career victory. It also ended Lake Hamilton's 15-game winning streak. That was back in 1993, Russellville defeating Lake Hamilton 13-7. They're going to bring out the full color guard here and do the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance in the moment of silence. So while they do that, we're going to take a break. We're about 7.5 minutes away from kickoff. Russellville and Lake Hamilton to conclude the regular season and fighting for a better seed in the playoffs. We'll take a break, come back. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
As a dentist, giving patients a beautiful smile is what I love to do. But the business side can be challenging. Luckily, First State Bank understands. They provide financial tools that make banking convenient and flexible. And the service I get is second to none. From equipment loans to cash management solutions, they give me the free...
I'm your local Medicare specialist. Call me at 479-857-2810.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen Berry keeping that extra long there. We don't have a crowd mic tonight. I'm going to say that a few times. We're kind of in a soundproof booth with the windows that don't open. Look, I can't complain. This is a much nicer press box than what they did when they renovated that. But, all the media guys, we always want Ethernet, which they have, so that's fantastic. So I don't think we're going to have some connection issues, but also windows that open, and sometimes it's kind of tough shooting through windows and to get the crowd mic, and so we don't have that tonight. So if it sounds like we're in a vacuum, that kind of the way it feels, actually, but with the weather's like it is right now, we are actually 100% fine with that. As the color guard walks off the field, there's 3 minutes left. They've started to roll the clock during all that. Lake Hamilton are having all their seniors come out, their entire senior crew, going to be the captains for tonight's game for the Russellville Cyclones. They will have it's a long way away. I think number 51 there, C.J. Ledford. I think Aiden Terry. Number 43 is a senior. Number 7, Maddox Statham. And is that Bo Mosley there?
Yes,
16.
number 16.
Yeah, okay. And once they get closer, they're on the far side. Once they get closer, I'll be able to tell, because 16 and 18 sometimes look a lot alike. But I can tell Mosley from Mitchell Manning when they get closer. Behind them, even though those are the 4 seniors, behind them is Malachi Varnell and Jacob Espinosa. And so we'll be watching the coin toss there. Time now for the Cyclone Watch. What's on the radar? It's pretty easy for tonight. Sometimes you have to strain and figure out, why is this game important? It's important because both teams are going for the number 4 seed. If you're the number 4 seed, you get the home playoff game. If Lake Hamilton wins, they get the 4 seed and we get the 5 seed. If we win, about a 99% chance we're going to get the 4 seed. They're going to get the 5 seed. We just got to make sure that Shiloh Christian defeats Van Buren, which should happen. If for some reason Van Buren defeats Shiloh, then it will go to points, and we hope to get word if that's going on, because then we've got to win by 7 or more. But realistically, right now, Russellville just has to take care of business, and so just worry about winning the game. Lake Hamilton's kind of been a tough out for a long time. Russellville did defeat Lake Hamilton last year 40-16, in which that Tracy Daniels had set the all-time rushing record for the Cyclones. I think he had under 187 yards last year when he needed under 100 for that. And it looks like the coin toss is done. It looks like somebody deferred. I don't know who deferred. I couldn't tell who the official did say. And I would think that Lake Hamilton, if they won the toss, they would defer. No, Russellville won the toss and elected to defer. So it will be Lake Hamilton getting the ball first. We're here at Wolf Stadium on the campus of Lake Hamilton High School in Percy, Arkansas, and Cyclones wearing all white tonight with their black helmets. And Lake Hamilton, they got the same colors as the Washington football team. Can't say their old nickname, but I guess the Commanders is what we could call them, even though that name, I think, is going to be changed soon. I tell you, the way the Commanders are playing, they may just want to keep the Commanders. They're playing pretty well this year. But that's the colors for Lake Hamilton Wolves, and it's senior night here at Wolf Stadium. Russellville runs over to their side where the big helmet is. The Wolves running out of a similar blow-up, but it's a wolf. It's not a helmet, and they are running through a banner. Russellville's getting ready to run through the smoke, and we're getting ready for action. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Be back with the kickoff. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
This holiday season, the Triple Threat Mafia has spread their influence all over Gene's Simple Treats, because not only has the chocolate peanut butter cupcake earned their reputation as the most delicious gluten-free, sugar-free, and keto-friendly dessert, now they have brownies, pumpkin, maple, pecan, whoopie pies, cheesecake with toppings, and chocolate chip cookies. So remember Gene's Simple Treats by Stobie's on Parkway. They make you an offer you can't refuse this holiday season, even if you can't have sugar. Capiche?
Quarterback, guard, running back, every position has a role in building success. If you want a position where you can build success in your own career, Lexicon is hiring welders, maintenance technicians, millwrights, project managers, and more. Learn while you earn with free on-the-job training through Lexicon University. Competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, an on-site health clinic, annual bonus program, and more. Check out lexicon-inc.com/football and join us as we build America one project at a time.
Before we kick off, I do want to say, and I'll say this throughout the night, congratulations to John Frazier and the Lady Cyclone cross country team. They won the state championship yesterday at Oaklawn Park, not far from here, as we're here at Lake Hamilton, and it's the first Lady Cyclone state title in cross country in Russellville school history. So congratulations to them. We're getting ready to kick off. The Cyclones will be kicking off. Jesus Perez, as he moves right to left on your dial there, if you're listening to us on 102.3 KCJC. And Lake Hamilton, they have two guys back inside the 15. Russellville, I think, was offsides, but I don't see a flag. This one's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line across the 10, 15, 20, and nailed there before he could get to the 25 is Caleb Rouse. And you say there is a flag back here?
There is a flag on the return.
Okay, on the return, but not. I think we were offside, so we might have got a break there. But it was Rouse that returned that. He returns it to the 24-yard line, and then we'll see what the call is. And but right now it says a 20-yard return by Rouse. Lake Hamilton's moving back, so it might be holding on the return. You know, even though there was a little bit of wind right in the face of Lake Hamilton, I don't know if they let that one go if it would have gone in the end zone, and sometimes that's very dangerous, and it is a personal foul. They're going to put it back to the 9-yard line, so it must be a personal foul because that's a 15-yarder. Now, it doesn't make it 1st and 25 because the offense was not on the field, but it is a 15-yard penalty, and Lake Hamilton will start right there. Okay, Landon West, number 4, their quarterback. They have 3 running backs, the big one, number 44, Hayden Barton, and the one that gets the second most carries is number 1, Dylan Murphy. They're going to go in motion. They're going to hand it on the fly sweep, and not much there. They're going to pick up a couple yards there. It's Carson Jackson on the little sweep. He's the wingback there, one of the 2 wingbacks, and he carries for a couple yards on that first down play for the Wolves.
And a hallmark, number 47, is the one who made the tackle. And good pursuit by that defense of the Cyclones.
Russellville defense, they got to make sure they tackle at the first collision. They can't let Lake Hamilton break tackles. That's how Lake Hamilton gets a lot of yards there. They're going to go straight up the gut and not much there. They get back to the 20-yard line, though. That's a pretty good spot there from where they are. And so that'll be 3rd down and about 4 on the play.
What wind there is at the Cyclone back, and so I doubt if they were going to be passing.
I'd said they were at the 9. They were actually at the 14, so that was not a personal foul penalty on that last play, or on that kickoff return. So it is 3rd down and 4. They're going to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible, as that was Barton, I believe, on that previous carry, and they're going to hand it off up the middle, and it breaks free, and he's down the sideline at the 40. He's at midfield, and ball comes free as it pops up in the air. It's a loose ball, and the Cyclones, boy, I think we covered it at the 47-yard line. I think we got it. And the Cyclones did cover it at the 47. How about that?
And that was number 45 for Russellville.
And the Cyclones popped him pretty good as the ball popped up in the air. That was Carson Jackson who got the first carry. He fumbles, and the Cyclones recover after the big run there to the 47-yard line. Boy, if you're going to give up a big run, that's a perfect thing to do after that. It's a gain of 33 yards, but then the fumble, and the Cyclones take over for the first break of the game, 10-29, and you wonder, should the weather may have played part of that? Maybe the long layoff, because, both teams had gone back in more than 40 minutes ago, and almost tough to get re-loose. The Cyclones going to open up on 1st down. What will they do? Play action. Jones going to roll out. He's got some room, but he's going to chunk it downfield, and it's going to be complete at the 20-yard line. What a catch there by Julius Thompson. Julius Thompson was just a little bit behind the defender there and able to leap and make a grab. And what was funny about that, I don't think the defender realized that the ball was in the air coming down. The Cyclones are going to be put down at the 18-yard line, and they may not go quick, but they're actually going to line up quick there. What a big play there by Luke Jones hitting Julius Thompson on that pass play. That's his longest of the season. His previous long was 31. This goes for 35 yards, and it puts the Cyclones in the red zone. They're 21 of 23 in the red zone. They scored 91% of the time, only been stopped twice on the season. First down at the 18. They're going to turn and hand it off to Ladarius Prince, and he's going to drag a tackler a little bit and gets just inside the 15 to the 14 to pick up a 4 on the play.
That's why that run right there. I want you to have those breakaway jerseys that they used to wear. If we had one of those, he'd got some more yards.
You know, on that fumble, I don't know if our camera was able to catch it because that got popped up in the air, and that was really high. It popped straight up in the air, and it was – that was over 10 feet, I think, in the air. It was more than a basketball goal. Second down, and Jones is going to hand it off on the sweep here to the 10. Cutting back, nice little move. Slipping into the end zone is Marcellus Olsen, and the Cyclones track first here with a 13-yard touchdown run.
And it was created by the turnover by the defense on that recovery of the fumble, and that was Jackson Booker who had recovered that fumble.
Yeah, Booker gets the fumble. Olsen, his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Cyclones on to try the extra point by Jesus Perez. And I think they might have jumped off sides, but I don't see a flag. Doesn't matter. Jesus, he'll boot it through. He is perfect this season on PATs, 32 for 32. We're going to take a quick break. The Cyclones lead at 7-0. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Little Rock is a place where you'll be amazed by everything that awaits every member of the family. Explore sites like the Little Rock Zoo or hike to the top of Central Arkansas at Pinnacle Mountain State Park, which opened its brand new visitor center in 2023. Learn about the world around us at the Museum of Discovery, a nationally ranked children's museum, and at the Central Arkansas Nature Center, where you can see alligators up close. You can tour the Oval Office at the Clinton Presidential Library and walk in the footsteps of civil rights pioneers at the historic Central High School. Learn more at littlerock.com today.
You know, not to spend too much time talking about foreshadowing, but Jackson Booker, you mentioned coming up with that fumble. In our Cyclone History segment at halftime, his older brother is featured, so there's going to be a Booker theme maybe early on. That was a huge play by Jackson Booker to get that fumble recovery for Russellville, and we'll talk about the scoring drive for the Cyclones here after the kickoff. Jesus Perez is back to kickoff for the Cyclones as Russellville leads at 7-0. We're here at Percy, Arkansas once again. No crowd mic tonight, so it sounds like we're sitting at home. Believe me, we're not. We made the long trip down here. Jesus Perez going to kick off this one. It's going to be end over end and taken at the 15-yard line, running laterally. He's got a little seam here. Breaks it at the 30, cuts back 35, and hit hard there, sandwich at about the 41-yard line, but a big return there for Lake Hamilton. And rushing that one for the Wolves is Caleb Rouse. He's the one that returned the first one. Gets a big return there and sets them up pretty good at their own 41. On that scoring drive for the Cyclones, they go 53 yards in just 3 plays. Marcellus Olsen, a 13-yard touchdown run. Perez added the extra point. It took 1:12 seconds on the drive, but it was that big pass play to Julius Thompson from Jones. First down and 10. They're going to double handoff here straight up the middle and gave maybe a yard, maybe a half yard. Carson Jackson, he was the one credited with that fumble. He's the wingback. He'll usually take the second handoff there.
Has good pursuit by the defense, gang tackling. You got to have that. You just can't go with the fake.
Yeah, well, he didn't get any yards. They put him down at the 41, so it'll be second down and 10. Number 24, Parker Vandy, is their main wide receiver. He lines up while everybody else huddles up. Landon West, the quarterback, number 4, under center. They always seem to go under center, but this time he's back to pass throwing, and it's completed pass, and they're going to stumble forward and be tripped up shy of the first down by about a yard as that pass goes to Hagan Tyler, his 3rd reception of the season.
Yeah, this is wide open.
Yeah, this is something they do better than they have in the past. They've not been a throwing team in the past, not like they're wide open, but they go from averaging right at 3 passes a game in the previous years to averaging about 10 per game this year. 3rd down and 1, they're going to run quarterback keeper, and the quarterback Landon West is going to pick that up, I believe, depending on the spot here. But you can't give – and look, it's only the first or the second drive of the game, but if they get – 3rd and 1, they're going to convert those a lot because they're just going to go under center and quarterback draw, just kind of like Russellville does. They needed a yard, got about 1.5 yards from Landon West there, and they have it 1st and 10 now in Cyclone territory. And back to passes. West, once again, plenty of time. He's going to chunk this one downfield, and it's complete at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Big touchdown pass there to Dylan Murphy. Got behind everybody, and that goes for 49 yards and a score.
You have to give him credit. That was a beautiful pass, a beautiful catch, and we had a defender right there. He was behind us a little.
Dylan Murphy, just his 4th catch of the season, his first touchdown reception. He's actually their 3rd leading rusher. He's handled the ball a little bit tonight, but only in the backfield, and they're 1 point away from tying this game. It's Tristan Morales, who is 28 of 37 on PATs this season. And let's see if he can maybe miss this one. A little bit of wind in his face, but he will boot it through, and we're tied at 7. We'll take a break. With 7:47 left to play here in the first quarter, we're tied at 7. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Lyon College has been shaping Arkansas's future for 150 years, educating students who truly make a difference. Our alumni, they're the computer scientists, artists, engineers, business leaders, teachers, and healthcare professionals you rely on every day. And when it comes to med school, Lyon grads have an acceptance rate that's more than double the national average. Ready to be part of something big? Learn more at lyon.edu. Lyon College, building a better world starting right here in Arkansas.
Well, you know, it's tough. It almost feels like it's cheap when they score on a big pass play because you expect them to grind it out, push them, push our line around or try to do that because they're a running team. And when they get to a big play like that, big pass play, it's almost like, golly, you hate that. But we're tied at 7. We're going to talk about that scoring summary. It was quick, but we'll talk about that here in just a moment. But we have the kickoff here. Morales going to kick this one. It's going to be a wobbly kick, and Olsen going to field it at the 11-yard line. He's across the 20 there, and he won't make the 25 before being taken down. On that scoring summary for Lake Hamilton, they go 59 yards in 4 plays. Landon West hit Dylan Murphy, a 49-yard touchdown pass. Morales added the extra point. Those 4 plays only took 1:30 off the clock, and we are tied at 7. As the Cyclones will start their second drive of the game. Not as good field position as they had that first time when they had it near midfield. They will start this drive at the 23-yard line after the 12-yard return by Marcellus Olsen. They have not yet started the clock or the play clock, and they have a new scoreboard from what they had in recent years here, but kind of play clock is kind of angled to the side. Cyclones come out. Luke Jones out of the shotgun. And now we have a false start. They do a lot of this. The Lake Hamilton defensive front will actually shift from side to side, and sometimes it can cause an offensive line to move, and that's what happened there. And so it will have us have a 5-yard penalty. The second penalty of the game, first one on us, and we'll have it 1st and 15. This is something that Russellville can't do. They can't jump. It's tough, though, when they shift, and they did it again that time. The Cyclones held their spot there, and Ladarius Prince is going to take the handoff, and he'll get probably a yard shy of the 20-yard line. Second down and 14 for the Cyclones. Ladarius 2 carries for 6 yards in the ballgame so far. 2 wide receivers to our side, Jerron Brown and Jacob Espinosa, and 2 wide receivers to the far side, the short side of the field. This ball near the right hash. 22 seconds on the play clock. Prince is going to be just to the left there of Jones. Second and long, we'll see what happens. Jones going to quick screen pass complete to the far side to Ford. Breaks a tackle there. He's got the first down and pushed out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. They took what the defense got him, but DeJuan Ford picked up a big block, broke a tackle, and the Cyclones have a first down.
That was good of Luke Jones when he got the ball. He just got rid of it very quickly. Defense really didn't have a chance to react.
Pickup of 21 yards on the play. You wonder if that was like, hey, if this is there, go ahead and chunk it, because the Cyclones really liked what they got on that, and they get the first down. That's big when you have that penalty and it's 1st and 15. You pick up the first down. Pistol now a formation for Jones, and we have a flag coming in. And once again, I think the Cyclones have jumped, and we're going to look at 1st and 15, or were we drawing off? Nope. And we false start, and the Cyclones, they're going to have to, if that's, if you're not going to. If they're going to keep doing that, you got to stop, because they're going to keep doing that as long as you are moving and jumping off sides. The Cyclones again looking at 1st down and 15. Second time they've seen that on the second drive. We are tied 7-7, under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Prince going to get the handoff here. There's a little bit of opening on the left side. Had it for a couple yards, might have picked up another one because he was hit from a defender, and actually Phil closer to the 40-yard line, so kind of helped us out on an extra yard there. They give him the 39, so a pickup of 4 yards on the play for Ladarius, the 5'5 junior. Russellville looking at 2nd down and 11 from the 39-yard line. Jones, play action, looking near side. He's going to chunk this one. It's up for grabs. Jerron Brown can't hang on to it. It was right around the 30-yard line. Man-on-man coverage there. And it was good, close coverage, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think the defender out there, Hilton Mann, even knew the ball was coming down.
He didn't. He wasn't even looking at the ball, and it hit the receiver right in the hands. Of course, I know with the rain and the wind, it's hard to catch it sometimes, but a beautiful pass by Jones.
That was D.J. Wilson, number 14 on the coverage, not Hilton Mann. But, yeah, I think he had good coverage, but we could have completed just about. He would not have been the effect of us getting a complete pass. 3rd down and long. Jones has to get rid of this one quick. It's completed pass, and Russellville has the 1st down in Lake Hamilton territory as Jones took a big lick. He's driven backwards inside the 30, but Russellville has the 1st down with a pass to Julius Thompson.
A beautiful catch, a beautiful run to gained a few more yards by Thompson.
And credit to Luke Jones. He stood in there and took that lick, delivered the goods. The Cyclones got 14 yards on that 3rd down and 11, and Russellville keeps the drive alive. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. We're tied at 7, under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And now we have a new quarterback in, but it's going to be Ladarius Prince getting the handoff as Lucas Stokes, number 14, comes in. We thought we might see him a little sooner. He played first action last week because Coach Wheeler had told us, he said, I don't want his first game to be at Lake Hamilton. If, we might need it. That's a huge game. We could bring him in against Siloam, kind of get acclimated. He comes in there, hands the ball off. He will come out. And now Luke Jones, the starting quarterback, is back in on 2nd down. And Russellville going to shift around. Stokes, I said he came out. He was lined up at wide receiver, and now he shifts. And as a quarterback, it's going to be a quarterback sweep here. He picks up a block there, and he's got the 40-yard line and knocked down. He's going to be very close to a 1st down. Big block there by Marcellus Olson to help spring him there.
I think he got it to where they've marked it.
And we saw Luke Jones actually move out to wide receiver. He's a big wide receiver. He's a big tight end. He's tough for anybody. Coach Gillerin is really upset. He thought there was a block in the back. But in that free blocking zone, you can block there. And it was a 7-yard return or pickup there for Lucas Stokes. He's got the 1st down for the Cyclones. It's their 5th first down of the game. They have it at the Lake Hamilton 37-yard line. 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter, and we're all tied. Deep is the tailback, Marcellus Olson behind Luke Jones. Man in motion is Espinosa. He will slow down as he passes the face of Jones, and they'll turn and hand it off to Marcellus, and they grab him by the jersey, but he's going to still plow forward and pick up about 1.5 yards with forward progress just shy of the 35-yard line.
That's the way they're slowing our running backs down, is grabbing hold of the jersey, and you can see that jersey being pulled.
2nd down and 9 officially as the nose of the football doesn't quite touch the 35, so it's just a pickup of 1 yard. That nose of the football has to touch it, even though he really got over 1.5 yards. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Cyclones, under 4 minutes and 19 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers, if you count Hallmark, that right side. Prince just plows forward. He runs into the pile and runs out of the pile and comes out at the 32-yard line. He is tough to bring down.
Had good blocking. Magnus Golden was on that right side, and he just followed his blockers right. Did a great job gaining 8 yards.
Russellville's current drive, 45 yards, 9 plays here as they took over at 7:47 left in the quarter. Right now there's 3:44 left in the quarter. The Cyclones looking at 3rd down and 5 at just inside the 32-yard line of Lake Hamilton. Golden staying in there, number 99. 12 seconds left to snap this football, and he is in at running back. And Jones will actually moving over to his left. 6 seconds to snap it. Jones is going to follow Golden here on 3rd down, and he's got the 1st down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Again, a beautiful run to the left side of that offensive line, and just a great blocking by that offensive line, and Golden right out there leading the way.
They don't quite give him the 25-yard line, I don't believe. No, I think that is the 25. They mark it the 26 is what I thought, but I think it's the 25-yard line. And so it's 7 yards on the carry. The Cyclones have it 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line of Lake Hamilton. The Cyclones controlling the clock. And like you had said, that's the best way to keep their offense from scoring is to keep their offense on the sideline. Play action, little quick screen or like a little slant pass is going to be incomplete as they were going for Jerron Brown. That'll stop the clock at 2:46 left to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, wet ball. Ball was a little low. He was falling backwards. Tough to try to make that catch, but I thought it was a good call by the coaching staff.
Ladarius Prince, who they faked the handoff to, comes out of the game. Number 31, Marcellus Olson, is back in. And tight formation with the wide receivers very close. They do that shift. Nobody moves for Russellville. Espinosa in motion. Jones back to pass, and the ball's going to be tipped. He was trying to go to Marcellus Olson. It was tipped and incomplete. And Russellville, with a couple passes here, has found themselves all of a sudden looking at 3rd down and 10. This is their longest 3rd down. They complete once they've crossed the 50. They've converted a couple 3rd downs, a 3rd down and 11 earlier on this drive. But they were trying to go on a little screen pass there to Olson, and it was batted down by the lineman there. 3rd and 10. And they are crowding the line of scrimmage. I think we may be seeing a blitz. Look at Lake Hamilton. They're stepping up. Their linebackers are trying to get in our splits there. They got 6 guys lined up there. You wonder who's coming and who's dropping back here. Prince is back in the game. Man in motion is Marcellus Olson. Play action, little option play. Prince had to get behind to turn around in order to catch the football on the pitch, and he'll get about 4 yards. They're going to say he stepped out at the 22-yard line, so only 3 yards on the pickup. I think if we get a little more there, I think Russellville goes for it, but they may be looking at a field goal attempt here. We'll see. They do bring on special teams unit. From here, it would be a 39-yard field goal. You could put the ball down anywhere, so we'll see where they put it down because it's going to be very close to a 40-yard field goal attempt for Jesus Perez. The ball is down. It's going to be of 39 yards. It's definitely long enough, and it is good. 2:31 left to play here in the first quarter. Russellville connects on a 39-yard field goal. They lead it 10-7. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and someone's going to get a brand new roof for Christmas. Miller Roofing Company is giving away an entire roof to a local River Valley family in need. If you or someone you know needs a new roof for their home, but you're not in a position to buy one, just send your nomination in for this year's Shingle Bells giveaway. Please submit why you feel they deserve a new roof and include photos with your nomination. Deadline for submissions is December 15th. Please check out the website for entry details and rules at www.millerroofing.net.
Well, the Cyclones don't answer the touchdown with a touchdown, but they do answer it with points. They go 55 yards in 14 plays, 5 minutes and 17 seconds. A 39-yard field goal by Jesus Perez. Perez now 6 of 8 on the season. That was just a hairline shy of being a 40-yard field goal attempt. They may give it 40 at some point. Russellville going to kick off here leading 10-7. This one, they kick a little deeper here, and this is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line by Rouse. He's across the 15, 20, has another opening there, breaks a tackle at the 23, but here comes the gang tackling, and they're going to play to the whistle. They're going to be forward progress to the 24. No way he made the 24. 19 yards on the return for Rouse, and that's where they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So Russellville draws first blood, scoring a touchdown after the fumble recovery by Booker. The Cyclones go 53 yards in a score. Lake Hamilton comes right back after a really good kickoff return. They score in 4 plays on a big pass play. The Cyclones answered that with a field goal of their own, and they lead it 10-7. But this is the third drive here for Lake Hamilton, and they'll go straight up the gut and pick up yardage, positive yardage, to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that was Barton right up the middle.
And that's just his second carry. He's their leading rusher, but just his second carry tonight. He has 2 carries for 7 yards. 2nd down and 7 for Barton. He's rushed for now over 1,100 yards on the season, counting what he's got tonight. 19 touchdowns. He has 6 games. He's been over 100 yards rushing on this wing T formation. They'll turn and hand it off. This is Dylan Murphy breaking a tackle at the 30. He'll get to the 35, and that's enough for a first down for Lake Hamilton. And this is what they like to do. They'll put it down right at the 35-yard line, a pickup of 8 yards on the play. That's Murphy's first carry. He actually touched the football on the first drive. They did a double handoff. Landon West, the quarterback, came over. A lot of times he will run over to the side to get the call. And like I said, most of the times they go under center. He threw 2 passes on their previous possession, and it was both play action. They'll give it off to Barton straight up the middle, and he'll lean forward, lean forward for 3.5 yards. That's just the kind of way their running game is. They have a fantastic offensive line and one guy going to college on the offensive line, and, boy, they pick up 3.5 yards there.
Magnus Golden in on that tackle. Barton's a very big young man. It's hard to bring him down.
Again, no crowd mic tonight because we're in an enclosed space. The windows don't open here, so that's why it kind of sounds like we are almost in a soundproof room, and that's what it is. Second down. They'll hand it off to Murphy running left side, and he's got the edge there. He's at midfield, and he's at the 30. Mosley giving chase, and Mosley going to run him out of bounds. But they say he stepped out at the 23-yard line, so not quite the 20.
Yeah, that defense we were thinking is going to go up the middle, maybe with Barton, and they let the running back get to the left side. Nobody was out there.
39 yards on the run there by Dylan Murphy, and the Cyclones lead it by 3, but Lake Hamilton threatening after the big run there by Murphy puts it down at the Cyclone 23-yard line with under a minute to play here in the first quarter. West, the quarterback, he'll turn and hand it off to Barton. He slips up the middle. He's at the 10, and that's where he'll be stopped just inside the 10 to the 9. And they've got it first down and goal. They don't have to snap it again. Only if they want to. They'll have it first and goal from the Cyclone 9-yard line. They don't have to snap it, but we'll see if they do. Wing T formation once again. Murphy will get it here running left side. He's inside the 5, takes a lick there, and he'll get down to the 3-yard line. So pickup of 6 on the play, and well, we need a turnover. Otherwise, it's looking like they're going to take the lead here, but not before we finish the quarter. After one quarter of play, the Cyclones lead at 10-7, but the Wolves knocking on the door. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Celebrate with us at Phil Wright Autoplex as we mark our incredible 49-year anniversary. You don't want to miss out what we have going on during this great event. Huge discounts and savings on a great selection of Chevrolets, GMC, and pre-owned inventory. Whether you're in the market for a new car, truck, or an SUV, now is the perfect time to find your dream vehicle at the price you'll love. Come see us today and join in on the anniversary excitement. Serving the River Valley since 1975, exit 84, just off I-40, Russellville.
At Right Fiber Internet, Right Fiber is what we do. We're the right choice for the right reasons. No contracts, no hidden fees, unlimited data, and free installation and Wi-Fi. Our 100% fiber is the best connection available, and it allows us to offer speeds up to 5 gig. Right Fiber, a great name for great internet. Check your availability today at rightfiber.com or give us a call at 833-71-RIGHT.
Well, what went right for that first quarter for the Cyclones was scored every time they touched the ball and got a turnover. What went right for Lake Hamilton is they held us to a field goal one time, and they got a big passing touchdown. As we start the second quarter, Lake Hamilton is knocking on the door. They have it second down and goal from our 3-yard line, but Russellville leading at 10-7. The Cyclones 118 yards of offense in that first quarter, 171 by the Wolves, 113 rushing, 58 passing. Of course, they got that big 50-yard pass play to score their first touchdown. Maybe that's their only touchdown the first half. How about a turnover here? Tight formation here. They bring in Hagan Tyler, one of their backup receivers. He'll shift over to the right side, and they'll give it to Barton, and he's going to take a lick, but he's going to stretch out forward, and they get inside the 1. Did not get the touchdown there.
Yeah, good defense there. I'm trying to see who made the initial contact.
They're going to go quickly with the quarterback sneak, I bet you. West under center. And, boy, I don't know if he got it. I don't think he got it. The officials coming in, they're looking. I don't think he got it. Let's see. If it's a late signal, you can't do that because then you're going to call it. And he did not get it. West is short. It's going to bring up fourth down. I'm sure they're going to go for it. This is inside the 1. It's about as close as you can get to the goal line without breaking the plane. My goodness. I mean, what? You know, a quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch, that's how close they are. Fourth and go. West. He's going to turn and hand the ball off, and Harrison Barton dives over the top, kind of like, boy, you see that back in the 70s and 80s, maybe Walter Payton style. And they do convert the 4th down and goal. They get the touchdown, and the Wolves lead at 13-10.
Yeah, you don't see that anymore, people diving over the line of scrimmage like that.
Aiden Barton, his first rushing touchdown tonight. He has 20 rushing touchdowns on the season. And now they're on to try the extra point. Tristan Morales has missed 9 PATs this year, made one earlier. Let's see how he does here with a little bit of wind at his back. Quite a bit, actually. He'll kick this one and squeaked it through that left upright, and Lake Hamilton leads it 14-10. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
Welcome back. The Cyclones giving up a touchdown there, giving up the lead. First time Lake Hamilton has led tonight. They lead at 14-10 here on that touchdown drive. We'll tell you about it after the kickoff. The drive we'll tell you about. But we want to tell you that the Cyclones trail here by 4, but they've scored the first 2 times they've touched the football. And so we're kind of hopeful here. And that they can keep that going and get that lead back. The Cyclones got a touchdown their first possession, a 39-yard field goal by Jesus Perez their second possession, and we'll see with the wind at their back if they want to kick this deep. The Cyclones only have one man back deep at the 9-yard line, everybody else inside the 20. They kick this one high, and it's angled towards the side, and Marcellus Olson going to field it over his shoulder at the 4-yard line. He cuts back there at the 10. He's got to get positive yards, and he's going to be tackled inside the 14-yard line, but there's a flag at the 11-yard line. If this goes against us, it's going to put us deep in our own end. Boy, that was tough because Marcellus had to field it because it didn't look like it was going to go into the end zone, and he returns it from the 4 out to the 13. We'll see what the penalty holds for the Cyclones. Almost certainly a block in the back or a hold or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. They're talking about it. It is at the 13-yard line. Again, if it's going to be half the distance, it's going to be like at the 6-yard line. And now the white hat coming over. It is going to be a block in the back on Russellville. Okay, it'll still be 1st and 10, but it's going to pin the Cyclones back at the 6-yard line. 7-yard penalty there. And Russellville 1st and 10. Like I said, it won't be 1st and 17 or whatever. Jones out of the shotgun. Heels on his own goal line. He's going to pull it himself and not much there. Russellville's going to lose yardage on the play. A very late flag coming in. This is in the area of holding here.
I think that was Stokes that ran. He was in there.
Okay.
Well, that back judge, I think every flag that's been thrown, he's thrown every one of them except one.
He lost a yard on the play. So they may not want to, if it's against Russellville, they may decline it, take the down and lose the yard. It would be 2nd down and 11. And now we're going to wait and see. They put it down at the 5-yard line. And I don't know what they're still talking. The flag is still back at the 2-yard line. And they still no signal. He started to go pick up his flag, and now he's come over to signal.
Well, this was to our weak side.
It's going to be a hold. Okay, if it's a hold, okay, they put it down to 2. They've now changed it to the 3-yard line. So if it's a hold, you can't mark it from the end of the run. Okay, so it's still 1st down and 13. I'm surprised they did. They basically gained 2 yards, but gave us the down back. So empty backfield here for Jones. They're going to give it off to Marcellus Olson on the sweep, and he's got some room over there. He can't break that tackle at the 10. He dropped the football, but he was already down, picked it up anyway. He gets to the 13-yard line.
A beautiful run by Olson to the left side, and good blocking out there.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they took that penalty. Basically, we would have had it 2nd and 11, but they gave us 1st and 13. The Cyclones now 2nd and 3 after the 10-yard carry there by Olson on the sweep. Jones in there at quarterback. I'll try to do a better job saying who's at quarterback. 17 and 14. I ought to be able to tell that one. This, I believe, is Ladarius Prince, and he'll get no gain on that play. 3rd down and 3 coming for the Cyclones. Boy, you really want to score on this drive. Obviously, you want to score every time you touch the ball, but you do not want to go 3 and out here and have to punt it from deep in your own end. So this is a very key 3rd down for the Cyclones. On the season, the Cyclones convert 3rd down 42% of the time. Tonight, they're 2 of 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need to pick up one here. Play clock at 18 seconds. The Cyclones shifting around. They need right at the 16-yard line for a 1st down. Luke will bring a man in motion. This is Olsen. He'll fake it to him. He's under pressure. He got the screen pass set up, but it's incomplete. Trying to get the ball to Dajuan Ford. They had it covered up pretty good, but it was an incomplete pass, and now the Cyclones are going to be punting from deep in their own end.
They're going for it.
Well, Jones can't punt the football. He's still in there. They're going to back up a little bit. They are shifting some people around. Play clock at 24 seconds, and Russellville, stacked line left side. They may be going for it here. They get a trick formation. We'll see what's going on here. They are going for it. Jones was going to roll to his right, but Tommy Gillerin of Lake Hamilton called a timeout. That was very close to being a snap there. Russellville going for it on a trick play there on 4th and 3. So will they do it? Will they line up and go regular? Will they punt it? We'll have to wait as Lake Hamilton calls a timeout. We'll take a quick break. Cyclones trailing 14-10 with 9:25 left to play here in the first half. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
At Kubota, we want to help you deliver a job done right. That's why we want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving day late. You have work to do. We have the reliable, durable, and versatile lineup to help you do it. Visit River Valley Tractor today for all your equipment needs. Visit your local River Valley Tractor dealer or find a dealer near you at rivervalleytractor.com.
Well, when you expect a tight game, you always wonder when's going to be the turning point, and you hope this one doesn't come back on us, that we weren't able to move the football out from inside the shadow of the goal line here. Russellville looking at 4th and 3 from our own 13-yard line, looking like they're going to have to punt the football away. Lake Hamilton doesn't have anybody back. They're not banking on Russellville punting it away, and right now it looked like Russellville was going to kick it, but now they shift, and now they're going to line up for a field goal. From deep in their end. This is like a punt. It's blocked. It's just like a punt, but it's blocked. And now Bo Mosley's going to have it, but it's going to be covered by the Cyclones. Did he drop it in the end zone? No signal yet. They're going to signal touchdown. A blocked punt here goes into the end zone for the touchdown, and Lake Hamilton has struck here. They lead it by 10 on the blocked punt. And I thought Russellville had it at the 1-yard line, which would have given them the football at the 1-yard line. But I guess it didn't matter as they recover the blocked field goal. And I could almost call it a fumble there, but I still don't get that. Looked like we had it at the 1-yard line. So, but they do count the points. And, okay, now we have a Cyclone down in the end zone. I wondered what was the holdup there. But the Cyclone player is down inside the end zone. And so I'm trying to figure this out. We're trying to figure this out, aren't we? So the Cyclones trailing 20-10. Players still down for Russellville. We're going to take a quick break to wait the extra point. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Don't miss the pre-holiday green tag sale going on now at R&R Tire Express. R&R showroom is stocked full with the wheels you want and the tires you need with the best prices of the year. And during R&R's pre-holiday green tag sale, all you need to get started is a non-perishable food item. R&R will donate your items to local food banks this holiday season. Don't miss the pre-holiday green tag sale going on now at R&R Tire Express on East Parkway Drive next to Starbucks in Russellville.
Welcome back. The Cyclones players still down. Russellville trailing 20-10 as we await the extra point here.
Yeah, that's Mosley. He's running off the field now, so that's a good sign.
And the extra point coming here by Lake Hamilton, the block punt that goes into the end zone, and they recover it for a score. And second break of the game. First one was the fumble by Lake Hamilton, led to 7 points for us. The block punt for Lake Hamilton ends up being recovered for a touchdown, and they're about to add the extra point, we think. Morales' kick is up, and it's good. 21-10, Cyclones trail. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
One automobile is the undisputed classic, the BMW 530i X-Drive. Saracen Casino is giving the ultimate driving machine to one lucky player. Play all November at Saracen and score entries into the drawing for your chance to drive home in an exciting BMW 530i X-Drive from BMW of Little Rock and Saracen Casino. At 40 minutes from Central Arkansas, Saracen is Arkansas's closest place to play.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
All right, and the Cyclones trailing 21-10. Well, you know what you got to do? You got to get back on the horse. The Cyclones they need to do something, put it in the end zone on this drive, and get back and cut the lead to 4. Reeling a little bit, trailing here, 9:18 left to play here in the first half. As Russellville had a block punt go into the end zone, eventually go into the end zone. Lake Hamilton recovered it for the score. They'll kick this one different kickoff kicker there on the kickoff, and Cyclones will take it. Olsen at the 12-yard line, cuts back at the 20, 25, breaks an arm tackle there, and slips a tackle there, high-stepping it to the 40, cuts back at midfield and dragging a tackler all the way to the Wolf 46-yard line. That'll wake you up a little bit.
That's a beautiful, beautiful run. They couldn't bring him down. He just kept sidestepping them, and
well, they put him down at the 46-yard line, and Cyclones in business after the 40-yard return there by Marcellus Olsen. Russellville will have it in great field position, their best of the night, trailing 21-11. All right, Cyclones running onto the field here, and it will be Luke Jones in at quarterback. At the 46-yard line of Lake Hamilton, Marcellus Olsen is a slot receiver, and he'll move to right next to Luke Jones here on 1st and 10, and he'll get the handoff, stops on a dime there, and he'll lose a yard on the play. It was going to be a bigger loss. He was trying to make something out of nothing, and Russellville will lose 1 on that play.
Just couldn't get to the outside, and good pursuit by that defense. Prince back in at running back behind Luke.
It'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Cyclones. 3 receivers to the left. 1 to the right, that's Thompson, and Ladarius is going to get to the 42-yard line. 41 is where they'll mark him, a 6-yard pickup for Ladarius. It'll bring up 3rd down, key 3rd down for the Cyclones.
Good blocking on that right side of that offensive line opening up there. Prince did a good job just staying behind his blockers. Prince still in there, still getting a signal from the sideline.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Russellville just jumped off sides. It's the 3rd false start penalty on the Cyclones. It goes from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 10. 7:39 left to play here in the first half. The Cyclones trailing 21-10.
Well, we said that in pregame. We've got to watch ourselves. Don't shoot our foot. Just know what you're doing. Keep your mind in the game right there.
Empty backfield for Jones. 5 wide receivers in the pattern. If this is a pass play, he's looking left. They've got the screen set up here. Olsen, they sniffed it out. It's going to be an incomplete pass. I think that's good because I think we actually caught it and then dropped it. So they're going to say incomplete pass, and Russellville looking at 4th down and 10 after the big kickoff return to the 46-yard line. The Cyclones can't do anything with it. And they're looking at 4th and 10 at the Lake Hamilton 46-yard line. And you just wonder, will Russellville go for it here? You know, I mean, look, you don't want to get ahead of yourselves. You don't want to lose the ball game right here, but you're down by 11. You haven't stopped Lake Hamilton yet, except for that first drive when they got a big run, but then you got the turnover. Let's see what Russellville does. They're going to pooch kick this one away, and nobody back for Lake Hamilton, and it's going to be downed at about the 15-yard line. So the Cyclones do punt it away on the pooch kick, and it's down inside the 20, so not bad. That's about what you would hope to expect. They're going to give the 14-yard line, so 32 yards on the punt there by Jones. And now it's up to the Cyclone defense. They need something good to happen here. At the very least, they need a 3-and-out to get the ball back with good field position. All right, straight up the gut, not much there. They get a couple yards as Hayden Barden will carry. Gets to the 16-yard line.
Has Magnus Golden putting a stop on the ball carrier. Magnus playing right over the center like a nose guard. So.
And Lake Hamilton not going to get in a hurry here, up by 11, and they got to feel like, hey, if we stick this ball in the end zone, we've really got them hurting. And they're right. We need a stop here, turnover, or just stop on downs. And this is going to be Dylan Murphy. He's got some room out here on this left side, breaks the tackles, tries to split tacklers there at the 25. He'll get across the 30, has the first down to the 33.
That's the second time they've run that play, and he's gained good yardage both times. And we just got defense just got caught going up the middle.
16 yards on the carry. He's got 69 yards on 4 carries, does Murphy, the senior running back for Lake Hamilton. Under 6:20 to play here in the first half. The Cyclones trailing 21-10. They're going to go 2 receivers as the slot back. Carson Jackson, he's going to block on the top suite Hayden Barton, and he's got a lot of room. He's at the 40, he's at midfield. Mosley going to take him on and tackle him, but not before he gets to Cyclone territory at the 47-yard line, and now everything going right for Lake Hamilton. They're going to put him down at the 47-yard line. 21 yards on the carry. He now has 50 yards, does Barton, on 8 carries. He's their second rusher tonight, second leading rusher tonight. They've got it 1st and 10 at our 47. Cyclones trailing 21-10. They passed a couple times on their second drive. I don't see why they would now because of everything going right running the football. And they're going to go with Murphy here as he gets to the 43. And you got to keep them from getting those big chunks of yards, especially on first down. But it's not really been that. It's been them breaking tackles so far on this drive that's led them down to our 43-yard line. They started this drive on their 14, and they've gone 43 yards in just 4 plays. 2nd down and 6 for the Wolves at our 43. And they're moving Jackson over to the right side there. Now play action, and he's in trouble. And West going to be swarmed and sacked back at the 46-yard line. A flag is down at the 45. He's sacked at the 46. We'll check the flag, though. If it was no flag, we'd be saying it was 3rd down and 9. It's going to be holding against Lake Hamilton. And do you move him back? It's only a 3-yard sack. You give him a down back, but it's 10 yards. You may take the penalty here. And they're checking with Coach Wheeler. What do you want to do? And they are going to move him back. So disregard the sack here. It's going to put them back in their territory, back at the 47-yard line on the 10-yard penalty. It'll still be 2nd down, but 2nd down and 16. That's a good call here because you got to take the yardage right now and play percentages. Russellville trailing 21-10. There's 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Dylan Murphy on the little sweep. He'll get back into Cyclone territory, but just barely at the 48-yard line. Well, they're getting some good spots because it really looked like he got the 49 and they give him the 48.
Number
and
43.
5-yard pickup for Murphy.
Yeah, number 43, Terry, is the one who brought him down, and that's that sweep to the left side.
That's 3rd down and 11. They may be thinking 4-down territory. And if they are, when I say that, they may be running the football here, but them real can time off the clock whether they're going to do that or not. They don't need a lot of time if they can break one, but under 4.5 to go here in the first half. Cyclones really need to stop here on 3rd down and 11. West will hand off to Barton, and boy, just not much there. He gains a yard. And they're going to give him the 46-yard line, a lot more than a yard, but it's still going to be 4th down and long. 4th and 9. They're going to punt the football away. Their punter is Caleb Rouse. He averages 43 yards a punt. He's down 6 on the season inside the 20. His long has been 60 this year. He's their kickoff return guy also. And he's back at the 41-yard line. Russellville does have a player back at the 10. High snap, but they do get it off and get it away. Haney was there close. Fair catch called for by Varnell. And Russellville will have it. They stop them. That's the good news. The bad news is we're back at our own 8-yard line. It's a 38-yard punt with no return. So they down 7 inside the 20 on the season. 3:27 left to play here in the first half. The Cyclones have all 3 timeouts. They have all 3 timeouts if they want to do something with it. But they got a long way to go. 92 yards away from pay dirt, trailing here 21-10.
We just can't rush. We can't rush our passes. We just got to follow our blockers and move this ball. Got plenty of time to move the ball down the field.
All right, on 1st down, Jones will turn and hand the ball off to Ladarius Prince, and he'll get the 10-yard line, so pickup of 2 yards on the play.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville.
River Country, KCJC, and EAB Media Group radio station.
You got to play that legal ID 5 minutes before the hour or 5 minutes after. So thank you, Stephen, our engineer, slipping that one in. 2 yards on the pickup for Ladarius. 2nd down and 8. Man in motion is Olson. He'll lasso back towards the right. They'll turn and hand it off again. And I don't know, was that Sam Callahan in there? It looked like number 29 in there.
It is.
Yeah. Sam Callahan will carry there. And the Cyclones looking at 3rd down and long after a pickup of 1. 3rd and 7. Well, after the first 2 drives, whatever adjustments Lake Hamilton's made has worked. The Cyclones have not quite 20 yards here in the second quarter after 118 in the first quarter. They're looking at 3rd down and 7 from their own 11-yard line.
I think they're coming on a blitz. It looks like it.
Back to passes, Jones. Plenty of time. Out of the pocket, throwing is complete there to Thompson. He's got the 1st down at the 21.
That's to Thompson. That's about his 3rd catch, I believe, isn't it?
And good job not fighting for extra yards there. He had the 1st down, so he's like, I'm not going to try to break a tackle because they pushed him back. You act like you're fighting for more yards. You don't know if you get the 1st down. They got the 1st down there. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones at the 21-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Russellville in business. Under 2 minutes to go. Play action. Jones going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. I tell you what, that could have been pass interference. It looked like their number 6 for them, Chancellor, actually pushed our player in the back. He tried to pretend like he was going for the football, but that had defensive pass interference written all over it, but no call. You don't realize that, but Russellville player DeJuan Ford actually tried to break on it because he could tell the ball was thrown a little high, but they put a left hand on Ford and jumped up, act like they were going for the ball, but you can't do that. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:46 left. Here in the first half, Cyclones trail by 11. And they're going to hand it off to Marcellus Olson. There's nothing there. He's trying to cut it back inside. He does, and he gets to the 24-yard line. Ball is down, but beanbag didn't come out. They're going to say he was down at the 24-yard line. Sorry, I could tell that his knee was down. I didn't call that. 3rd and 7 as Russellville now. The clock rolling, but you don't really want to you know, if you want to get in a hurry, it's kind of that, what do we do here? Russellville taking their time. They do have 3 timeouts. I bet if they pick up a first down here, they'll start using their timeouts. 1:14 left. 3rd down for the Cyclones, and Russellville with 22 seconds on the play clock, and now a sideline warning has been called against the Cyclones, so they'll pick up the flag there. And they'll start the clock here. They got to reset it. They were play clock. Oh, yeah, they do. It was like still rolling during all that. Jones on 3rd down spins away. He's going to throw it against his body. This is up for grabs here. It's going to be tipped and intercepted by Rouse at the 46-yard line. He's at the 40 on the return. Cuts back at the 35-yard line to the 30, and he's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. And Lake Hamilton picks it off here as they have football at the 25-yard line, I believe is where it is. And we'll see what they want to do. I mean, I doubt they're going to pass it, but you're looking up here, 50 seconds left. Boy, this is kind of a bummer. The defense really needs to step up here and get a stop. They are in field goal range, but with 50 seconds left, we're kind of looking. They got 2 timeouts, and they can throw the football. What I mean is they do have the ability to. They throw for 130 yards a game. Let's see what they do here. They're going to hand it off. Dylan Murphy running the sweep, and he's got some room here. He cuts back at the 20, at the 15, tackled from behind, gets to the 13, 12-yard line, and that'll stop the clock. If they want to use a timeout, they can, but they don't have to because it stops the clock to move the chains. 14 yards on the carry. For Murphy.
That's number 55, Peters, that hit him from the back, knocked him down.
Clock rolling, 39 seconds left, and now a timeout called by Coach Wheeler. We're going to take a quick break. 38 seconds left to play in the first half. Cyclones trailing 21-10. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
From your first paycheck to your first home, starting your own business or celebrating your retirement, we're here for all of life's important moments. At Simmons Bank, our modern banking solutions make managing your finances effortless and efficient, so you can focus on what matters most. Simmons Bank, proud supporter of the moments that matter. SimmonsBank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all accounts subject to approval.
Well, the Cyclones trailing by 11. They call a timeout here. Coach Wheeler saw something that he did not like, and using a timeout to stop the clock here with 38 seconds, but I don't think it was to stop the clock. I think the fact that, hey, he's like, we got to do something here. You know, they're looking at Lake Hamilton having the football at the 12-yard line, and at the very least you got to keep them out of the end zone. A field goal here still puts you down 14, but it's not near as bad. And after the interception, Russellville needs some help here, to be honest with you. They need some help from their defense. Defense has been called on tonight. Got a big turnover here on the first drive. Okay, they need to stiffen up here. They did stop Lake Hamilton, forcing the punt on the previous drive. But the Wolves looking at first down at the Cyclone 12-yard line. Under center is West. He'll turn and hand this one off. This is Rouse who got the interception. He's going to be hit at the 10, leans forward to the 9-yard line. Clock is rolling, 30 seconds left. Even with 3 timeouts, I'm surprised they're not using one here. They give him the 9-yard line, pick up a 3. They're going quickly here. 20 seconds, 19 seconds. Barton going to get the call straight up the gut. He's going to take it just off the right side, tackled at the 6-yard line, and now they're going to use a timeout with 15 seconds left. Kind of weird they didn't use a timeout. They've got 3. I'm sorry, they have 2 left. I keep saying 3. They have 2 left, but still, it's kind of weird they didn't use one before then. Now they've used one with 15 seconds left, and it's 3rd down and 4 at the Cyclone 6-yard line. I'm surprised that they didn't use a timeout before then because they wasted a lot of time between those 2 plays.
Yeah, the coach came out on the field, and I was expecting to see him give the signal for a timeout, but there's probably about 7 or 8 seconds went off that clock.
All right. Well, we're checking some things out here. I'm trying to do some totaling here. I'm looking at that block punt, and we're trying to figure out if that was a block punt for a touchdown, not that it matters, or a fumble for the touchdown. They're calling it block punt, and so that's what we're calling it here. So we're trying to get this that squared away. We'll have that squared away with all the stats at halftime. But right now, I mean, the Cyclones trailing 21-10. Lake Hamilton coming out of the timeout here, 3rd down and 4 with the ball at the Russellville 6-yard line. They have one more timeout to use, Lake Hamilton does, and they're going to give it on the sweep now. Looked like he was looking to throw the football, but no, he's going to bounce it outside and get to the pylon and carried it in on the reverse. A reverse for a touchdown for Lake Hamilton as they turn our turnover into points. Carson Jackson carries it in from 6 yards out, and Lake Hamilton has opened up a 17-point lead.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say we got a turnover, turned it into points. Then they blocked a punt, scored. Our interception gets into their hands and ends up being a touchdown. And it's been capitalizing on the other team's miscues. High snap on the extra point, but they get it down and kick it through. 28-10 is our score with 8 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll take a quick break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
At Stevens, our philosophy is to invest every dollar as if it were our own, to seize opportunity, to anticipate rather than react, to deliver constant focus in an ever-changing world, and to pursue the objectives of our clients in order to help them reach their financial goals. A proven history of helping companies and individuals. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
8 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Cyclones trail by 18. You know, you were looking earlier, Russellville was trailing 21-10. Even though they were down 11, had the football, you're thinking, you know what, if we get down, score a touchdown, maybe even a field goal, we cut it to a one-possession game, we'll get the ball to start the second half. And it just sort of snowballed in these last minute and a half here to where we turned the ball over. Lake Hamilton turns it into points. And so Cyclones kind of on their heels a little bit, reeling. Here's a little pooch kick, and Russellville going to fumble the football on the kickoff. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 40-yard line, so the Cyclones will take over there. I'm kind of surprised they pooch kicked it there. Maybe they're worried about us returning it because, this gives us a chance to take a shot if we want to. With 5 seconds left, I mean, you're only 60 yards away, where if they kick it deep, we'll be, 80, 90 yards away. And I'm kind of shocked that Lake Hamilton did that. Let's see if the Cyclones want to come out with anything. Maybe just the Hail Mary, maybe some kind of hook and ladder play. We'll see. And it'll be Jones out of the shotgun. Russell going to run something, it looks like anyway. They're going to spread them out. They have 3 receivers to the right. Lake Hamilton with 5 defenders standing at their own 35-yard line. That's Ladarius Prince in the backfield. And the Cyclones are just going to hand it off to Ladarius Prince. He's got 5 yards. He'll pick up close to a first down as he gets to midfield. They're going to mark him down at the 49-yard line, and that is the end of the first half. Well, the Cyclones led at one point, 7-0, and then 10-7. But it was 21 consecutive points for Lake Hamilton, and that's how we close out the first half. Russellville trailing 28-10. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's a demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
College dreams come true at the University of Central Arkansas, especially now with the UCA commitment. This new program provides a debt-free pathway for tuition and fees for Arkansas students whose families earn $100,000 or less a year. And that impacts everything. It's fewer barriers and endless opportunities. Welcome to Bear Country. Learn more about the UCA commitment at uca.edu.
Johnny Storian with a thought from Alathus Realty. With years of experience, knowledge, and a network of relationships, they ensure you'll get the most for your house. So when it comes time to put that property on the market or begin looking for that next dream home you have, don't delay. Call Brent Preddy and the professionals at Alathus Realty Russellville, 968-5668, or check them out, russellvilleliving.com.
What does it feel like to know it matters to others how you're doing? What's weighing on your mind? That you're happy right now? That your body's healthy? and that those around you are taken care of too. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind. So you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
Welcome back. The Cyclones trail it here at the half by a score of 28-10 at Lake Hamilton. A lot on line for both teams. The winner of this game probably gets the 4 seed in a home playoff game, the loser of 5 seed, and probably a trip to El Dorado. Tough first half of the Cyclones. Looked promising as Russellville led a couple times in the game. What was your thoughts of the first half?
Well, the sweep to the left and to the right that Lake Hamilton is doing is hurting the Cyclones. We're getting suckered into the middle, and they're taking the ball to the outside now. Sure, Barton runs up the middle, and he's going to gain his yards 3, 4, 5 at a time, but they haven't broke anything up the middle. But where they're hurting us is to the outside, and we're going to have to make some adjustments. We don't have anybody out there. The other thing is, we talked in pregame, we've got to control both lines of scrimmage, and we've got to control the flow of the game when we're on offense. You do that with short passes, little swing passes. And there's a couple of times we tried to throw a screen pass, and it's just not happening right now. But any time that you're behind like this, you can't afford to give up the ball. And that's what Russellville has done, and it's hurt us. But we got to come out in the second half. We get the ball, and we got to move down this field and score. We do it with short passes running, and then our defense can take over and try to get a turnover and get the ball back to us.
I think we're kind of on our heels a little bit. I mean, you're feeling good about yourself, up 7-0, up 10-7. Maybe a key point. There's a lot of key points in that game. Maybe a key point is when Russellville drove down, but had the drive stalled. They had to settle for the field goal. Maybe it was when Lake Hamilton tied it, with that big pass play. But it seemed to go downhill right after that field goal. They go 76 yards in 9 plays and 3:24. They take a 14-10 lead with 11:06 left to play in the second quarter. And then the kickoff, Russellville, remember, had to catch one over their shoulder at the 4-yard line, got really bad field position. It got worse because of the penalties that backed us up. We had to kick it from deep in our own end. It was a blocked punt that ended up being into the end zone eventually. Again, I don't know if it's a blocked punt or a fumble, either one. It ended up being a touchdown for them. They added the extra point, making it 21-10. The Cyclones, seeming to drive a little bit, had an interception. It got returned. They go 26 yards in 4 plays after the interception in just 42 seconds. And like I said, it's all of a sudden, it just really kind of snowballed from there as the Cyclones trail it here 28-10 at the half. So they got some work to do. It all does start with that first drive. The Cyclones, if they can drive down and put that in the end zone, no field goals, they got to stick that in the end zone and kind of stop this momentum that Lake Hamilton has of 21 consecutive points. And if they do that, maybe they can turn around.
Well, we've shown that we can score against this defense, and we can bring it out in the second half and do what we did in that first drive in the first quarter and score. It was short passes. It was running the ball, making good blocks. But, again, when we go on defense, we've got to stop these sweeps to the outside. That's where they're really hurting the Cyclones.
And Russellville trailing here 28-10. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got a lot of stuff to do for you. We got to talk about what's going on in Cyclone Country, a state championship to talk about. We got scores and also this moment in Cyclone history. That's all coming up during our halftime show. The Cyclones trailing 28-10 here at the half at Lake Hamilton. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Children grow up so fast, but it takes just a moment to plan for their future and their education. Start saving for your child or grandchild today with the Arkansas Brighter Future 529 plan. It's a new name, but the same great way to grow education savings, from pre-K to college or trade school. Visit brighterfuturedirect529.com.
To learn more about the Arkansas 529 plan, its investments, objectives, risk, and cost, read the official statement available at brighterfuturedirect529.com, paid for by the Arkansas Brighter Future Fund Committee.
Now is a great time to get out and experience an outdoor adventure in the Arkansas Delta Byways region. From hiking to biking to water adventures, we've got them all. Bike, jog, or stroll across the Big River Crossing, the longest public pedestrian bridge across the Mississippi River. Do some fishing or kayaking on Lake Chico, the largest oxbow lake in North America. Explore the beginnings of Arkansas at Arkansas Post National Memorial. Visit deltabyways.com for more ideas.
This ad paid with state and regional funds.
We all have our traditions, from Friday night lights to Saturday morning hunts. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange, because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Welcome back, Hog fans, for more scratching action from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. This is looking like a good one.
First appearance of the dime we've seen all season, Tom.
The luck is thick in here tonight. After all that scratching, she's a winner!
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Every day is a chance to win big. Pick up a ticket today. This is winning. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
All right, wanted to come back and start our halftime show, 28-10, Lake Hamilton with the lead. Boy, it's hard to not start off with this week in the Cyclone Country when you have a state championship to talk about. And it's the first state championship in girls cross country in school history. So congratulations to Coach Frazier and the Lady Cyclone cross country team. That was yesterday. They did that at Oaklawn Park, winning the state championship. Congratulations to them. Also yesterday was Cyclone Madness at Cyclone Arena, and basketball season is here. And I need to continue to promote this. There's a benefit game tomorrow night at Cyclone Arena at 6 o'clock. It'll be the Cyclone boys only as they take on Cabot. So be there. It's a AAA benefit game, so the game won't count on according to record. As I'm sitting here watching, the rain is now starting to come down even more, harder than it did any time in the first half. But, yeah, that's tomorrow night. Now, the first regular season game for both teams is actually going to be Tuesday night at Cyclone Arena, as both teams will host Watson Chapel. And the girls will play at 6 o'clock. The boys will play after at about 7:30. So a AAA benefit game tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Russellville boys against Cabot. And then Tuesday, both teams host Watson Chapel. Would love to see you there. We are going to stream the Tuesday game. We're not allowed to stream AAA benefit games, but we are going to stream Tuesday game on Cyclone Booth YouTube channel. It will not be on the radio, but it will be on our live stream. Anyway, that is what's going on in Cyclone Country, as everybody's kind of making the switch now over to the other sports. Junior high, middle school football are done. We've had a good year in golf, tennis, and JV football even, and a great year in cross country as our boys took second in conference, our girls took first in conference, but the Lady Cyclones winning the state championship first in school history. We're going to take a break. We come back, we will talk about this moment in Cyclone history. Excited about this one, especially with Jackson Booker getting the fumble recovery on the first drive of the game. This one highlights his older brother. That's coming up after this. Cyclones trail at 28-10. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Since 1957, Arkansas Capital has been empowering entrepreneurs, helping businesses thrive, watching communities prosper, and making dreams become reality. Arkansas Capital is a beacon of hope for businesses seeking a fresh start or growth capital by providing a variety of financing solutions. But Arkansas Capital isn't just a financing corporation. We're your partners in growth. Put our 145 years of combined experience to work for you. With over $500 million in loans to facilitate projects, Arkansas Capital is dedicated to your success. Learn more at arcapital.com. That's arcapital.com.
The folks at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air want to take a moment to not only thank you for your business, but also the opportunity to work for you and give your family whole house comfort. Every kind word that you've put online and personal recommendation to your friends and family is appreciated. And customers like you are not only vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, thank you from Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
Your business is up against a lot of things these days. Inflation costs, workforce issues, federal overreach. The list of things keeping you up at night keeps getting longer. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas is here to help. We are constantly working to improve the business climate and make Arkansas as competitive as possible. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas works tirelessly for your business so you can rest easy. Join us today.
Finding your place is more than just a location. It's about discovering your purpose, exploring your passions on a campus that feels like home. At A-State, you can achieve at the highest levels, form lasting relationships, and support the Red Wolves, both on campus and in the wild. Whether you're into research, the arts, healthcare, or maybe something else, there's a place for you at Arkansas State University. Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
Welcome back. The Cyclones trailing here 28-10. Shiloh Christian doing their part. They lead Van Buren 28-0 at the half, which means Russellville, all they really need to do is win this game. They'll be the 4 seed, and they'll have a home playoff game. If not, going on the road and probably at El Dorado next week. This time now for this moment in Cyclone history. We only go back all the way back to 2017. The Cyclones were right here at Lake Hamilton. It was actually our first year to stream football. It was right after the state championship season. Russellville was a 3-point underdog here on the road. Russellville built a 34-14 lead midway through the third quarter when Ryan Talley had a 10-yard touchdown run. He had 3 touchdown passes in that game. Before that, Josiah Woodard also had a 37-yard punt return for a touchdown. After a couple of touchdowns by Lake Hamilton, Talley seemed to put the game out of reach on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Talley to Rhett Atkins, but the Wolves went on an 8-yard, 5-play score to pull within 5 with 5:43 left. The Cyclones were leading at the time 40-35. Russellville had the ball on Lake Hamilton's 40-yard line, turned the ball over on downs with 1:53 left. Lake Hamilton drove the ball on the Cyclones. They drove them all the way down to the 16. They had run a sweep to the 16. The clock was running. They didn't have any timeouts, so no chance to spike it. They snapped the ball and threw it to the end zone. Their quarterback, Aiken, is actually one of their offensive coaches right now. Aiken threw the ball to the end zone, and it was Johnny Booker that was there saving the day for Russellville. He was playing man-on-man coverage, knocked the ball to the turf as time expired, and the Cyclones won it 40-35. Great play by Johnny Booker on that play. Ryan Talley threw for 310 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also ran for 72 yards and a touchdown. Rhett Atkins had 11 catches for 133 yards and 2 scores in that victory. Russellville finished 6-6 that year, making the second round of the playoffs. They beat Jonesboro, and they lost late the next week to Pine Bluff. But in 2017, they came here, defeated Lake Hamilton on that last play of the game with Johnny Booker knocking it down. The Cyclones won that one 40-35 in 2017, and that was this moment in Cyclone history. Russellville trailing here 28-10. We're going to take a break, come back with the first half stats for you. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's time out for Tech. Arkansas Tech's largest preview day for high school seniors will be held on Tuesday, November 12th on the ATU Russellville campus, with check-in beginning at 9 a.m. Join us at Tucker Coliseum for a day filled with scholarship giveaways, opportunities to interact with current faculty and students, campus tours, a student organization fair, and the chance to take home plenty of free Arkansas Tech swag. Time out for Tech. You don't want to miss it. Register now at atu.edu/TOFT.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Farmers Co-op, East Main, Russellville. Mike Apple's along with us. Mike, you guys have some great culvert deals. People looking to do some work on the farm or around their home, you can help.
You bet. We've got plastic culverts from 8 inches up to as big as you want to go, 20 feet, 24 feet. Got good prices on them. You have to check us out.
Remember the Co-op in Russellville, East Main, and don't forget their Danville location.
At Centennial Bank, we believe serving our community goes beyond assisting with financial needs. We pride ourselves on being community connected and customer focused. Supporting our community starts with our employees. We enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. Our local bankers are a team that brings passion, pride, and dedication to our communities. That is why Centennial Bank is proud to support the place we call home. Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. Rainy night here at Percy, Arkansas. We're at halftime. Russellville trailing 28-10. Looked good early on for the Cyclones on the first drive of Lake Hamilton. Russellville, after a big run by the Wolves, Russellville caused a fumble and recovered it, and that led to a touchdown. Cyclones on their second drive kicked a field goal, but that was it. Russellville, 10 points on their first two drives. They have not scored since. They had 118 yards in that first quarter. They have 158 for the first half, 250 for Lake Hamilton. Russellville individually, Luke Jones 4 of 11 for 80 yards, does have that one interception. His favorite target tonight, well, has been Julius Thompson, 3 catches for 59 yards. DeJuan Ford has 1 catch for 21 yards. Running the football, Ladarius Prince, 10 carries for 37 yards. Marcellus Olson, 5 carries, 26 yards, did have a touchdown run of 13 yards. For Lake Hamilton, they've only attempted 2 passes, completed them both for 58 yards total, 49 on the touchdown pass from Landon West as he hit Dylan Murphy there for their first score. Hayden Barton has 10 carries, 55 yards, but it's been Dylan Murphy, 7 carries, 92 yards. Carson Jackson has 4 carries for 41 yards. Running the football, they've carried it 24 times, 192 yards. Russellville 10 for 78. The plays have been about even, 29 for us, 26 for them. The turnover margin, though, Russellville with 2 turnovers, Lake Hamilton with that 1. Russellville's been penalized 5 times for 25 yards, Lake Hamilton 2 for 20. Russellville 3 of 7 on third down conversions. They have not gone for a first down. Looked like they were going to, and Lake Hamilton called a timeout when Russellville was deep in their own end going for it. Lake Hamilton's gone for 1 fourth down. They were 1 of 1 on that, 3 of 5 on third down conversions. Russellville trails at 28-10. There's no band performance because the rain has really picked up here at the half. I don't think they were going to be performing anyway. They have not. Their band was not here for the pregame ceremony. So I say that because Russellville just now coming out of the indoor facility or the visitors' locker room they have over on the far side, and usually what they do is they put 3 more minutes on the clock after all that, as Lake Hamilton also coming out, so I'm not sure if they're going to do that. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a 60-second break this time, Stephen, and then come back, and we may take another break before we start with the second half. The Cyclones trailing 28-10. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
When a patient rings the bell after completing cancer treatment, we celebrate one more step toward healing. And with the new UAMS Baptist Health Cancer Center, we celebrate the trusted choice in cancer care. The 2 greatest healthcare forces in Arkansas have come together to deliver second-to-none treatments with the latest technology, all in celebration of you. Learn more at baptist-healthcancercenter.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Chambers Bank in Dardanelle is a full-service community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs, with 2 convenient branches in Dardanelle at 6th and Union and 4th and Union, or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
You know, Greenwood scored on Mountain Home in the first minute of the game, and I thought, well, there they go with the blowout. It's 14-0 at the half, and late in the third quarter, Greenwood leading Mountain Home, but just barely. 21-0 is our score there. Shiloh Christian leading Van Buren at the half, 28-0. That big game over in the 6A East, Benton even down 5 players due to injury. They still lead Marion 28-7, it looks like. Look, both those teams are probably going to get the first round bye, but Benton going to be the number 1 seed. Benton's tough, Marion's tough, but top to bottom, the West is I think tougher than the East. But those top two teams are really good over there, the East. But I say that because it doesn't matter if Russellville, what kind of seed they are, they got a shot to win that first round playoff game, no matter who they are pinned up against. But would really love to see them come back and win this one because would like to see the Cyclones play one more game at home. And Coach Wheeler, if you listen to him on the pregame show, said it'd be so important to get a home playoff game. And really kind of turn this program around after missing the playoffs last year. Not only get a playoff game, but a home playoff game to boot on that. Steve, we're going to take one more 60-second break. They did put a little bit more time on the clock, so we're about a couple minutes away from the second half. So we're going to take a 60-second break here and then be back with the second half. The Cyclones trailing 28-10. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Are you working hard to feed your family on a budget? Visit Chicken Mart to get all your Crispitos, pizza sticks, restaurant quality chicken nuggets, strips, wings, and fries all in one stop and lots of opportunity purchases that are so good they may never come back. Check out Chicken Mart in 2 convenient locations before you go grocery shopping and see what they have for your family. Chicken Mart's been serving the River Valley since 1983 and still going strong. Visit 1808 South Arkansas Avenue or 106 Weir Road in Russellville. Chicken Mart, your chicken and more store.
Are you looking for a great place to work that offers great pay and benefits, where you can make an impact in a safe, clean environment? ConAgra is looking for motivated, energetic people to join their team. ConAgra is recruiting industrial maintenance technicians to fill openings on all shifts. Positions start at $25.61 an hour plus a shift differential. Experience is required, so for immediate consideration, apply online at ConAgraBrands.com/careers. That's ConAgraBrands.com/careers. ConAgra is an equal opportunity employer.
We did check. They did call that a block punt, the official score here on that one touchdown for Lake Hamilton. It wasn't a block punt, then a fumble. Cyclones lined up looking like they were going for a field goal. Now, Dardanelle used to do that all the time. They don't do it this year, but they used to do it all the time because when you line up for a field goal, even if you're deep in your own end, you obviously missed a field goal. We weren't going to hit a 90-yarder there. But wherever the ball lands, it's like a downed punt, and so that's where they would take over. It's just the fact that Lake Hamilton was able to get through there and block it. And so it's ruled a block punt, even though really technically I guess it looked like a block field goal. But Russellville trailing 28-10. They deferred to the second half after they won the toss, so they will be starting with the football in the wind. Is at Russellville's back, but boy, this is harder rain than what we saw when we first got here, and that's what we're going to start the second half off with. Again, as long as there's no lightning, I hate the rain, I hate the kids out to play in it, but just keep the lightning out of here. And Russellville going to return the kickoff, starting at the 14-yard line across the 20, 25. This is Marcellus Olsen. He's got an opening there and just tripped up. He was trying to run out of that pack past the 35 near the 40. Boy, he has just been on the verge of breaking one tonight, and he almost broke that one. He took it at the 14-yard line. They're going to mark him down where? Come on, give us a good spot. We've been getting some bad spots tonight. Golly, I mean, I think they mark us 2 yards short of where he was, and they'll put him down at the 43-yard line. Sure looked like he got that at the 45, but that's where Russellville will start here at the all right, Cyclones starting at the 40. Yeah. And now Russellville moved to start the
well, that's all we're saying at halftime. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. Instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 15.
Yeah, so the Cyclones again starting, and it's that little shifting side to side that they do, and it kind of bothers us a little bit, I believe. And so the Cyclones will start at their own 38 after the penalty, and Ladarius Prince will try to get some of that back. He gets to the 42-yard line. I'm trying to do some totaling here, so that's why sorry about the silence. I thought it was a 29-yard return, and after the penalty of 5 yards, Russellville 6 penalties for 30 yards. Ladarius gets to the 42-yard line. We're almost back with you now. As Russellville looking at 2nd down and 11. Ladarius 11 carries for 41 yards. Now we're back. On 2nd and 11, they'll fake to Espinosa. Ladarius getting it here, and he'll get to the 45. Boy, it's been tough yards for him, and kind of running into right behind his blockers and trying to get as much as he can. He'll get to the 45, so pick up of 2 on the play, and Russellville really needs to pick this up. 3rd and 8.
Well, the last 2 plays, we've been brought down just by ankle tackling. They just got us by the ankle and brought us just one person.
Boy, another bad spot. They give him the 44. And looks like his backside hit at the 45-yard line. But nonetheless, it's 3rd and long. The Cyclones need almost to the 47-yard line of Lake Hamilton for a first down. They'll turn and hand the ball off to Marcellus Olson. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. There he goes, the 40, cutting back at the 30. He's got some room there. Breaks a tackle to 20, 15, 10, 5, inside the 5 before he's brought down. Marcellus Olson on the big run for the Cyclones as he gets down at the 3-yard line is where they're going to mark him down, 53 yards. And, boy, what a big play for Marcellus, not just to get the first down, but, boy, he is so good running in the secondary. We've seen this all year. He's not going to run out of bounds. He's not always going to try to run down the sidelines. He's going to weave his way around. He's like a rabbit. He can see behind him. He can see the side of him. He knows where the creases are. It's unbelievable. Making the right cuts at the right time. 53 yards, and the Cyclones have it 1st and goal from the Wolf 3-yard line. The Cyclones entering the red zone for the second time tonight. They scored a touchdown the first time. Play clock's down to 5. Russell may have to call timeout. Man in motion, that's Espinosa. Now they're going to go for it. Tebow play and Jones, not much there. He might have lost a yard on the play. You don't want to burn a timeout there, especially on 1st and goal, but Russellville didn't look like they were all on the same page there.
That run by Olson, a couple of times it looked like he was about to lose his balance, but he regained it and, as you said, just did a great job weaving back and forth, cutting back to the right.
Russellville looking at loss of yard on that play, so 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Magnus Golden's going to lead block for Luke Jones, and not much there. He'll lose another yard back to the 5-yard line. Cyclones going the wrong direction after the big run by Olson. They have it 3rd and goal from the 5, but they've lost a yard on the last 2 consecutive plays. 9:22 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. The Cyclones trailing 28-10, obviously in 4-down territory. I didn't see it, but there was a flag down there. It's being shielded by our huddle, and they're going to call holding, and they're asking what to do, and Coach Gillerin says move them back. So disregard that last play. The Cyclones going to move back on the penalty and have to move it from the 4-yard line, we think is where they're going to move it for. That should put us at the 14. And so it'll still be 2nd down and goal, but this time for our 14-yard line. The Cyclones now penalized 7 times for 40 yards. Lake Hamilton 2 for 20. 2nd and goal. Jones, he'll turn and hand it off. No, he's going to fake handoff. Throw to the end zone for the touchdown. He faked everybody out, including Lake Hamilton, and there catching the touchdown pass was Julius Thompson, his 2nd touchdown reception of the season.
There's a flag.
And that one goes for 14 yards. Yeah, we're looking at the flag, and they're holding against Lake Hamilton, decline it. So the Cyclones are on the board. Yeah, I knew that was holding because they grabbed one of our receivers there. So
that was a great fake by Luke. He had the whole defense was thrown off.
Yeah, and with the touchdown, the Cyclones trail by 12 here, 28-16. And Jones' first touchdown pass of the night, his 17th of the season. The extra point by Jesus Perez is good. The Cyclones do what they need to do on offense. They get on the board. Now we turn it over to our defense. We got a long way back, but hey, we're making strides. Russellville only trailing by 11 now with 9:15 left to play in the 3rd. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Looking to expand without breaking the bank? Now's the best time to visit Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings, the River Valley's oldest full-service portable buildings dealer, 8 years and counting. Thinking of getting a building or a carport? Well, give yourself the gift of added space with the benefit of end-of-the-year specials at Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings. That she shed, man cave, or shop you've always wanted is at Duval's Affordable Portable Buildings, 4151 South Arkansas.
What do you think? Surprise onside here? I don't know. Lake Hamilton has 6 guys within the first 7 yards. This is where you don't do the onside kick here. You do it in film study if they're susceptible to it. On that last scoring summary, the Cyclones go 57 yards in just 5 plays, 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the drive. Jones hit Julius Thompson for the 14-yard touchdown pass. Perez added the extra point, but it was a big run there by Marcellus Olsen of 53 yards to set us up 1st and goal. Jesus Perez, we think, going to kick this one. He's going to scoot it along the turf, and they're going to let it roll out of bounds. Eventually it's going to roll out of bounds at the 24-yard line. They have 3 options. You can move it at the 30 since it went inside the 30, and then the 5-yard penalty. You can always make Russellville move back 5 yards and kick it over. But I think that they're just going to take, hey, it went out of bounds. We'll take it at the 30 and then 5 yards from there, which will put it at the 35-yard line. They throw the flag, but it's not a penalty. It doesn't go as penalty yards, I mean. So 28-17, the Cyclones trailing the Wolves by 11. But tell you what, that's got to stop their momentum. You come out, they had scored 21 points to close out that first half. You still got a lot of time, but it all starts here, and it all starts here on 1st down. Landon West goes under center. He's going to turn and hand it off to Barton, who weaves his way, and now he's getting the open field, and he's going to take it the distance. He's going to take it the distance for 65 yards, and that's the way Lake Hamilton answers. Barton, who has been bottled up tonight, but that time he broke free, and he goes all the way for the score of 65 yards for the score.
Well, that was quite an answer by Lake Hamilton, nothing that we were expecting, but that was right up the middle, and I don't even know if there was a hand put on him.
He only had 55 yards rushing in that first half. He gets 65 of it on that play, and Barton answers with his second rushing touchdown of the night, his 21st of the season, and Morales is on to try the extra point, making it 34-17. Low snap, low kick, but they do get it through. 35-17 our score. The Cyclones trailing with 9:05 left to play in the third. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
If you own a business, you know how important your roof is, but do you know how to maintain it? E&F Roofing has been offering the best commercial roof systems as well as conducting preventative maintenance and asset management services so you can focus on your business. From industries to schools and local businesses of all shapes and size, E&F Roofing has been serving Arkansas for over 50 years and trusted for 3 generations. So call 479-272-4069 for a free estimate today.
Benton leading Marion 28-7. Greenwood has just scored again. They lead it over Mountain Home early fourth quarter, 34-0, awaiting the extra point. Here, the Cyclones have given up a 65-yard drive in just one play, answering our touchdown with a touchdown of their own, making it 35-17, and we'll get our offense back out on the field. And the football just fell over, so we'll wait to re-tee it. You know, it's hoping to be able to officially say if Russellville loses or wins and is at home, hey, we're going to be at home, we're going to be on the road, and here's where we're going. And wasn't sure if we'd be still on the air by the time the games are over, but Fearless Friley has been down with scores, and so we won't know. We think if we lose this game, we're going to be on the road El Dorado. If Russellville wins, we thought it was going to be Jonesboro at home. So, but again, that'll be decided later tonight. If you want to know for sure, then from 10 o'clock until midnight over on KCJC 102.3, tune in to Rex Nelson. He's hosts the Scoreboard Show, the voice of the OBU Tigers, and he will have all that rundown for you. That's at 10 o'clock until midnight on KCJC. Here's the kickoff. The Cyclone's going to run up, and they're going to lose the football, and Lake Hamilton's going to cover it at the 31-yard line. It goes off the chest of the return man for Russellville, and free ball, and Lake Hamilton's going to recover it. And, I hate to use this. I don't mean this as a bad pun, but when it rains, it pours. And right now, that's what's happening to the Cyclones as they take over at our 39-yard line.
The defense is just going to have to step up here, and hopefully we can get a turnover here. Ball's wet. Let's knock it out of their hands.
Yeah, and they have it at our 39-yard line.
Oh, that's a good tackle by Vernell. Yeah. As that sweep to the left, and apparently we made some adjustments, and they lost yardage on that. Just about 5 yards, maybe 6.
Yeah, we'll take that. Back to our 45-yard line, 6 yards on the stop. Goodness gracious. So
that's a good job by Vernell getting him around the ankles.
Clock rolling, under 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. The Cyclones trailing 35-17. And on second and long, they'll hand it off to Barton straight up the middle, trying to do that on the same play they scored on. He's dragging tacklers. We got to get this forward progress stopped. We finally do inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So it'll bring up third down and long for Lake Hamilton. However, did it say flag on the play or gain on the play? Okay, I was waiting. Thought I heard the PA guy. We're like in a closed room. We don't have a crowd mic because of where we are. And I thought he said flag on the play. He might have said gain on the play. But third down and 9 is what we're looking at. They need just inside our 30-yard line for a first down. It's going to be play-action pass. They're 2 of 2 throwing the football, make it 3 of 3 as they complete the pass at the 10, the 5 touchdown for Lake Hamilton. And, boy, they're just pouring it on here. Carson Jackson with the touchdown reception, his second of the season, and make it 41-17.
Unfortunately, we had a breakdown in our secondary. There wasn't a cover man on him at all for at least 7 or 8 yards.
All right, and added the extra point is Morales, or on to try the extra point. The Cyclones trailing 41-17 here. Russellville almost got through to block that, but the extra point's good. 42-17, we'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas deliver reliable, affordable power to more than 60% of Arkansas, the field we call home. The 17 dedicated electrical cooperatives around the state manage over 75,000 miles of power lines, delivering power to more than 500,000 homes, farms, businesses, and of course, football fields, improving the lives of communities and their residents all across Arkansas. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, the power to play, the power to deliver.
Well, the fumble on the kickoff, I guess you'd call it a fumble. Russellville technically didn't have it, but it was a free ball after it goes 10 yards. But it bounces off the chest of a Cyclone player, recovered at 39, and they score on it pretty quickly. And so they answered our touchdown with 2 of their own. The Cyclones trail at 42-17. They're going to kick it the same spot. And again, it's a free ball, and Russellville going to cover it. Dajuan Ford will cover it at the 34-yard line. They were hoping that Lightning would strike twice there. And, boy, it almost did. The Cyclones have it at the 39-yard line on that last scoring summary, actually on the last 2 because they never got to give the one. They go 65 yards in 1 play in 10 seconds and then 39 yards in 3 plays in 1:28. That last one, West, hit Carson Jackson for a 38-yard touchdown pass, and they added the extra point, Morales did, and everything going right for them tonight.
Oh, we got to move the ball down just like we did before and score.
I mean, even if you don't win the football game here, you need to have some positive things going into the state playoffs. And Marcellus Olson will carry for 6 yards to the 40-yard line. Because the Cyclones, no matter what happens tonight, they're in the playoffs. They earned that over the last couple of weeks, winning a couple games in a row, and they're playing for seeding tonight. But you want some good positive things to happen here for Russellville going into that playoffs. And look, the East being, I don't want to say it's a weak conference, but top to bottom it is weaker than the West. And so Russellville will have a chance. They'll be playing, if they're a 5 seed, they're going to be playing the 4 seed from the other side. So, and here's a bad snap, and Lake Hamilton has covered it. I don't know what happened. I saw Luke Jones. They called for it, and I never saw the ball. I think on the snap it might have hit an offensive lineman's leg, and they recovered at the 40-yard line.
I think that's exactly what happened. The ball never did get to Jones at all.
And so they'll recover it at our 40-yard line. And, boy, nothing going right for Russellville right now. Cyclones turned the ball over on the team fumble. It's credited as a team fumble, and Lake Hamilton will have it at our 40-yard line as Russellville trails 42-17. Cyclones won this game last year 40-16, and they're looking to kind of return the favor, I guess. But I know they're fighting for the same thing we are. They're fighting for a home playoff game. They'd love to play here next week. And Barton's going to take this one. He'll get a couple yards there as a good tackle made there by Cash Booker.
Yeah, hit him down around the ankles, just below the knees, and that's the way to bring a runner like that down.
Well, low man wins in football, and that's what he did. He got low, and now we have a stoppage of play. I don't see a flag down, but illegal shift. Okay, I don't see the flag, but there's a flag called on Lake Hamilton. And so negate the run, negate the tackle, and that'll be a penalty, a 5-yard penalty on the Wolves. They'll have first down and 15 at our 45-yard line.
Rain's really coming down now, harder than it was to begin the second half. So when you make that tackle, grab the runner, but also try to touch the ball and knock it out of his hands.
First and 15 for Lake Hamilton. West will hand this one off. Running a sweep, Russellville trying to stretch it out. They do. They only pick up a yard. There's a fumble on the play, and they recover it. Ethan Hornbeck, who first carry tonight, his 21st carry of the season. I say that because I don't think it's like he's not used to carrying the football. And I think he's the one that actually came up with it after the loss of a yard on the play. So 2nd and 16. Russellville trailing here 42-17, 5:20 left to play here in the third. The wind at the Cyclones' back, and it's a stiff wind. It's blowing the flags over on the end zone there straight out. Lake Hamilton going into the wind right now, and they'll get it off to Rouse and not much there. The Cyclone defensive line is doing a good job here. That's Jackson Booker. Also, Landon Scott, I think, is making that hit. They'll gain a yard on the on the play. Rouse picks up 1, so 3rd down and 15. And they don't typically get in a hurry anyway, but no reason for them to get in a hurry, leading 42-17. Cyclones led 7-0. They led 10-7 in the first quarter. Lake Hamilton took the lead, and they've been rolling ever since. On 3rd down and long, they're going to hand it on the sweep here and can't get the edge as he's tripped up there by Cash Booker. Back at the 44, 43-yard line, as that was Carson Jackson who got their last touchdown reception. And looks like they're going to punt after the gain of 1. Yeah,
that's a good series for our defense. Booker in on 2 plays there. And just a great series for our defense.
They pinned us inside the 20 on their only punt of the night. This is Caleb Rouse. Not a high snap this time. He does get it away, and Varnell's going to let it hit at the 5, and it's going to roll into the end zone. The Cyclones, who have not experienced good field position tonight, actually will get the ball at the 20 here.
That was a good call by the Cyclone player. Let it go into the end zone.
Well, Russellville will continue with their season next week. We think we're probably going to be on the road, meaning I don't want to give up hope, but Russellville would have to pull one out here if they wanted to have a home playoff game, but we will definitely be playing next week. Maybe El Dorado for going on the road. I mean, it was almost like a 3-way tie possible between El Dorado, Jonesboro, and Sheridan, depending on what happens tonight. Of course, Little Rock Catholic locked into that number 3 seed on the East. Marion and Benton fighting for the 1 and 2 spot tonight. Stokes in there at quarterback, and we had running backs running into each other on that play, and Cyclones will get no gain on first down. That was Sam Callahan officially on the carry, but boy, just nowhere to go on that one. 3:14 left to play here in the third quarter. The Cyclones trailing 42-17. And they're going to keep Lucas Stokes in there. Officially a loss of 1 on that play. Given to Callahan. Stokes will hand the football over to Sam once again. This time he'll get that yard back and be tripped up shy of the 25. I tell you, it's hard to throw the football, and that doesn't bother Lake Hamilton all that much. They don't throw it very much. But Russellville, even with the wind at their back, you know, you just can't throw in this because it's just coming down in sheets right now. Years ago we were here, and we had a stop play because of lightning. That was in the playoff game that Russellville lost back in 2011, 38-13. We stopped the game late and even sent the teams and the fans off the field. We were stuck here in an old wooden press box back then for a little over an hour. Jones on third down and long. The screen set up and it's incomplete. As the receiver, I don't know if he fell because of the wet turf or he was tripped up. They were trying to go to Ladarius Prince. It'll bring up 4th down and 7.
And he had the blockers out in front of him. There would have been a good gain on that one.
And that's the kind of night it's been right there. Or Russellville will have to punt the football away, 4th and 7, trailing 42-17 here with 2:08 left to play in the third. The Cyclones 118 yards of offense in the first quarter. They have 239 for the game, but those 3 turnovers are huge. The block punt, that just momentum really shifted around. The Cyclones only 10 players. They're bringing on 11th right now as they're on to punt the football away. Mosley, this one goes off the side of his foot. It'll roll. It's a little bit of a bounce there and a roll, and it'll be down at the 47-yard line. It's tough to do anything in this rain. 24-yard punt with no return, and they'll have the ball at our 47 with 1:54 left to play here in just the third quarter.
Well, again, we're calling on the defense to 3 and out or at least get a turnover.
Wing T formation for Lake Hamilton. Toss sweep. This is DeBarton, and he'll slip through there, and he's got a crease there. He's at the 30, breaks a tackle there, and Mosley's going to bring him down eventually right around the 10-yard line. Big gain there by Hayden Barton.
Yeah, he just slipped past 2 tackles. We had a chance to get him just about at the line of scrimmage for one of them.
It's going to be 1st and goal. They put him right at the 10-yard line, so you can't get the first down from here. 37 yards on the carry for Barton. He's got 158 yards on 14 carries. This is, of the 10 games they played, this is the 7th one that he's rushed for over 100 yards. He had 222 against Little Rock Southwest early in the year. He's back there, but they're going to throw it on 1st and goal, and they throw in his complete touchdown pass to Parker Vandy, their leading receiver on the season, and they make it 48-17. Parker Vandy, his first catch tonight, goes for 10 yards and a touchdown, making it 48-17, and on to try the extra point is Tristan Morales. The holder is Eli McCain. Eli McCain has done a good job of holding because the snaps haven't always been there. He's had to handle low snaps, high snaps. This one's perfect, though, and Morales boots it through. 49-17 our score. Lake Hamilton with the lead. 1:29 left to play in the third. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Celebrate with us at Phil Wright Auto Place as we mark our incredible 49-year anniversary. You don't want to miss out what we have going on during this great event. Huge discounts and savings on a great selection of Chevrolets, GMC, and pre-owned inventory. Whether you're in the market for a new car, truck, or an SUV, now's the perfect time to find your dream vehicle at the price you'll love. Come see us today and join in on the anniversary excitement. Serving the River Valley since 1975, exit 84, just off I-40, Russellville.
49-17 our score. The Cyclones trailing with 1:29 left to play here in the third quarter. I'll give you some other scores. Benton and Marion. That game still 28-7 with Benton leading. We thought the mercy rule was getting ready to be invoked in the Greenwood game. It's at 35-0. Yeah, it did. So on that one, I'm sorry, 42-0, and that's close to being a final. wanted to try to kick off. We're going to give you the score of that Shiloh Christian Van Buren game 2 that we kind of were watching, because that had some implications for us. And Russellville going to fair catch the kickoff inside the 25 at the 22-yard line. And that's just to say, hey, we don't want anything bad to happen. We want the football, and Russellville will have it at the 23-yard line.
That's a smart play by the receiver.
This Lake Hamilton team beat Shiloh Christian last week, 35-28. Shiloh Christians bounce back. They lead Van Buren 36-7. Minute 27 left to play in the third. Cyclones trailing here, 49-17. Jones back to pass, looking right all the way. It's complete there, and Dajuan Ford has it. Can't break that last tackle, but he's got the first down to the 37.
Boy, you could tell the way the ball came out of Jones's hand. It's hard to throw in this type of a rain.
Yeah. And look, you're behind, so you feel like you got to throw the ball, so that's going to hurt you. But also, we're more of a passing team than they are, and so the rain's going to hurt us a lot worse than it hurts them. Russellville, though, with a first down on that toss. Jones back to pass, looking left, checks back right, going through his progressions. He's got the first down to Julius Thompson. He has a fantastic game as he gets pushed out of bounds shy of midfield. Thompson has had a great game catching the football tonight.
Is that his fifth? I believe it is, or close to it.
At the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Jones throwing, and it's complete again for the first down to Julius Thompson. Yeah, now that's his 6th catch. You're right on that. And he gets inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. But see him cover up that ball, catch it, and he, like, I'm not losing this. He doesn't know where the pressure's coming from. But he is beating his man there. He's caught back-to-back passes for 12 yards, 13 yards. He's got 6 catches for 98. Does have a touchdown reception. 2 receivers to each side on first down. Ladarius Prince motions out. Jones back to pass. A clean pocket there. Complete to Dajuan Ford, slipping a tackle at the 25. Tackled inside the 20 to the 19.
Beautiful throw, beautiful catch by Ford, and a great run afterwards.
Dajuan's caught 3 catches for 54 yards. Jones now 9 of 17 for 152. The Cyclones in the red zone for the 3rd time tonight. They scored touchdowns on their previous 2. 10 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Jones bobbled the snap, but able to get it off to Ladarius Prince, and he'll get a yard, maybe 2. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. The Wolves lead the Cyclones 49-17. We'll take a break, get ready for the 4th quarter. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Fellner's Athletes Corner, your high-performance athletic store for quality athletic footwear and apparel, features Nike, Under Armour, The North Face, Patagonia, Oakley, Saucony, New Balance, Brooks, Asics, Kabu, Keen, and many, many more. Fellner's invites you to make them your first stop. With more than 50 years combined experience, the familiar faces at Fellner's can help you with all your athletic needs. Fellner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main, Russellville, open 9:30 until 6 Monday through Saturday.
As a dentist, giving patients a beautiful smile is what I love to do. But the business side can be challenging. Luckily, First State Bank understands. They provide financial tools that make banking convenient and flexible. And the service I get is second to none. From equipment loans to cash management solutions, they give me the freedom to focus on my patients, not my payroll. Now that's something to smile about.
Come see us at First State Bank in Russellville or Fayetteville for local personalized banking.
Well, a lot of games tonight seem like we're going to be tight games turning into blowouts. That Greenwood Mountain Home game, Greenwood defeated Mountain Home 42-0. So Greenwood runs the table this year, and they'll be the 1 seed, obviously, for the 6A West. There was a chance they could have been a 2 seed had Mountain Home beaten them. We're starting the 4th quarter here. The Cyclones trailing 49-17, but looking at 2nd down and 7 from the 16-yard line. Back to passes. Jones throwing. It's complete to Dajuan Ford, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Dajuan Ford, his 5th touchdown reception of the season. First one tonight. The Cyclones score from 16 yards out. 49-23 our score.
You have to like what Luke's doing. He's looking off different receivers. He's moving his head. It's keeping the defense guessing exactly where he's going to throw. Just faking with his head, with his eyes, then he picks out the receiver and hits him.
Pretty good drive there. The Cyclones started at the 23-yard line. They go 77 yards in 6 plays. We'll have the details for you that after the break. The extra point is good by Jesus Perez. The Cyclones trail at 49-24 with 11:54 left to play in the game. Take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Let's be honest, finding a contractor that'll answer the phone, show up on time, and deliver a full day's work in one actual day is a big ask anymore. If you're a homeowner needing solutions now, call Griffin's Roofing Service now. Griffin's Roofing Service will get any exterior projects handled as promised. Find out why they were voted multiple times Best of the Best contractor on Facebook and Instagram, or visit griffinsroofingservice.com and make those dishonest contractors a thing of the past.
Welcome back. The Cyclones go 77 yards in 6 plays, a minute 29. Luke Jones hit Dajuan Ford for a 16-yard touchdown pass. Perez added the extra point. Cyclones trail at 49-24. But 2 big pass plays there on that drive from Jones to Julius Thompson. Can't be forgotten. Thompson just a couple yards shy of a 100-yard receiving game. That'd be the most that he's had in a game this year if he could get I think it is the most right now, but he's never had 100 yards receiving. That would be kind of nice if he get a couple more yards and get to that plateau. The Cyclones, though, still trail, but, hey, we got to celebrate the good things. 11:54 left to play. Russellville going to kick this one high and short. Fair catch called for at the 24-yard line. Make it 25, and, boy, that had danger written all over it for Lake Hamilton, but they were able to cover it up. And so they'll start their drive at their own 25-yard line. Well, look at their looking at their drive chart is what I was doing. They in the third quarter, touchdown, punt, touchdown. So that's just, I mean, when you're trailing, you don't want that. And Russell has not been awful, but it's been turning the ball over at some key times in Cyclones with a couple turnovers here in the second half, one in the first half, and it's turned into points every time for the Wolves. Play action pass, West, back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Now the pressure feeling, he's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. A flag did come in while that play was going right in the area of offensive holding. West is kind of slow to get up, having to be helped up. He took a shot there, and no quarterback sack because it was going to be at the line of scrimmage, but the Cyclones, I'm sure, is going to accept the penalty. It's going to be holding, and this year it's holding. If it's in the backfield, they mark it off from the spot, from the line of scrimmage, not the spot anymore. So there's no more like 13-yard holding penalties, things like that. Now, if it was 5 yards down the field, they mark it from that spot. But it's never to punish the offense by more than 10 yards. They do mark it off from the line. So first down and 20 as Lake Hamilton has it at their own 15-yard line. The penalties get a little bit more respectable as that's the 4th penalty on Lake Hamilton for 35 yards. Cyclone's been penalized 70 yards tonight. And now here's a handoff to Barton, and he gets a lot of that back. Not quite all of it. He's cut down at the 24-yard line.
And I'm hearing the coach say that a wingback fell forward before
it
happened. I saw that, and I was expecting to see a flag somewhere.
It's hard to see the flags from up here, and also with the rain coming down, but I expected that one to be blown dead, and that kind of was looking for as I was looking through the binoculars. But yeah, they either didn't see it or they just didn't want to call it. Second down and 12, so it goes as an 8-yard pickup by Hayden Barton. And they're checking the play. We haven't seen Landon West do this very much tonight. He'll turn and hand it off to Barton, and he gets across the 25, still just keeping those legs churning. He gets close to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up third down and about 5 yards for the Wolves. Barton now 16 carries, 173 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. He had 4 touchdowns in 2 different games against Arkadelphia and Shiloh Christian last week. He's had 2 tonight. Third down, they mark him at the 29-yard line, so third down and 6. They'll give it on the sweep there. They've scored on this play, and they got a big gainer coming up here. He's at midfield, and he's got a blocker. Rouse following him. We're going to get a flag here. It's going to be a holding back here at the 40-yard line, but a big gain for Lake Hamilton. They'll get the first down, but this is coming back. It's not going to be as big as what they think it is. Flag is back at the Cyclone 41-yard line, and so they'll give him the yards to that point. So he'll get 30 yards on the carry, even though he got another 20-25. That was Carson Jackson on that little fly sweep. But so 30 yards for him, and then the penalty will move them back into their territory. It'll be 1st and 10, but they'll have it about at their 49-yard line is where I'm guessing.
They've been very successful running that sweep tonight to the left and to the right.
Yeah, but their receiver tackled our defensive back, and that was why they got the extra yards. So they do get the first down, but they have it 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Russellville trailing 49-24. Under 10 minutes to go here in the ball game. Wing T formation. They've done it all night. Here's Rouse trying to bounce this one outside. We're going to have a hold here, and he's got positive yards into our territory. And then another flag coming in very late. Holding is the call by the referee, the man in the white hat, but the umpire threw one late. And I don't know if he's got the same call, if he's got something after that. So it'll definitely be a hold on Lake Hamilton, but we'll see. I hope it's not offsetting penalties because we'd replay it, and I think it is going to be off because it's unsportsmanlike conduct against us, holding against Lake Hamilton, and personal foul against the Cyclones. They offset. So we'll replay the down. It's like it never happened and no penalty charged. Well, maybe some frustration for the Cyclones there, especially maybe being held and not realizing that the flag was thrown. Maybe it was something else, and you can understand that. Russellville coming in here needing to win this game for a home playoff game, a lot on the line, big emotional game, and just getting frustrated tonight. I don't blame them. We are too. That's okay. The good thing is Russellville, their season's not over. We're going to play next week in the state playoffs, no matter how this game turns out.
Oh, he raised up. Offensive line moved.
I'm not going to call it here. They're going to run the sweep once again, and Russellville's going to stop this one for a loss. A loss back at the 45-yard line as they handed that one to Carson Jackson. And they'll lose 4 yards on the play.
Good pursuit by that defense to stop that.
2nd down and 14 for the Wolves. Carson Jackson losing 4 yards on that play. He's got 68 yards on 7 carries. But it's been their running game. They have 442 yards of offense. They average 281 a game. They got 336 tonight, and that's what they do. They're going to run the ball. They run it on everybody. The only team they have not performed well against was Mountain Home and Greenwood. Straight up the gut, and they're going to get positive yards and inside the 50-yard line to the 46-yard. 47 is where they put it down on our territory. I mean, why do they ever throw the football when they can do that on 2nd and 14 and pick up 8 yards?
Third down, I'm going to say they're going to keep it on the ground. Why put it in the air right now?
3rd and 6. They need just inside our 41 for a first down. Under 8.5 to go. Cyclones trailing by 25. West bobbled the snap. He's able to pick it up and driven backwards. I think they're going to give him forward progress to the 46. I don't say he turned and the ball was juggling in the air. There was no forward progress, but they give him a yard on the play. But it's still going to be 4th down and 5, and they're going to at least show the look that they're going to punt the football away. They have Rouse in there, who was already in there as a wide receiver on that. So we'll see. He's got a couple punts tonight. The Cyclones have a player back inside the 10-yard line. It's Malachi Varnell. But Russellville playing a base defense. They're going to come after this. It's a low, wobbly kick. Varnell's going to let it hit at the 6 and bounce into the end zone. 7:32 left to play here in the ball game. The Cyclones will have the ball at their own 20. they stop the Wolves there as Lake Hamilton, their drive went 29 yards on 6 plays, but the Cyclones able to stop it, and they get the ball back, trailing 49-24.
That's another good series by our defense that played very strong in the second half, or in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, again, keep harping on this because these kids, look, they fought all year, and it's this game's not going the way they want, but they have earned that playoff game. And even though it's going to be on the road and probably at El Dorado, a long way to go, they've earned that, and that's going to be great. Now, they're going to have a chance in that game. We'll talk about the El Dorado series, if that's who we in fact play. We think that's what it's going to be, so we'll talk about it, but we'll know later tonight officially. Magnus Golden is in at quarterback. No, that's Jones. I thought that was 99 back there taking a snap. He's going to hand it off. We'll pick a couple of yards on the play. And I didn't see who carried that. Did you see that?
No, I think it's 31. I think it's Olsen.
I got to see Olsen a little bit last night at the Cyclone Madness, getting ready for basketball season. I want to tell you that we'll have the benefit game tomorrow night. When I say we'll have it at Cyclone Arena. We're not able to broadcast that, but at 6 o'clock tomorrow as Cyclone basketball team plays against Cabot. Jones is going to be sacked here on second down. Yeah, you need your basketball fix. Come on out, Cyclone Arena. It's our boys only, as they play Cabot in the benefit game. And then both the boys and the girls start the season on Tuesday as they will host Watson Chapel. 6 o'clock for the girls, about 7:30 for the boys at Cyclone Arena on Tuesday.
Jones doesn't have anybody to throw it to, well covered by the defense.
Third down and long, and they're going to give it back to Jerron Brown on the reverse, and he'll get back to the 20-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. Pick up a 3 on the carry. And Russellville looking at 4th down and 10. Russellville Junior High will start their season on Monday. They host North Little Rock. Brown 3 yards on the carry. The Cyclones with 6:21 left to play in the game, trailing 49-24. Jones is in there. He can kick it, but they are looking at and kind of shifting around like they may be going for this on 4th and 10.
I believe they are.
Yeah, they look like it. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going for it. Jones back to pass. He's going to throw it, and it's complete. And Thompson, he was short, but he fought for yards, broke a tackle back, and if they give him forward progress, he's got it. Yeah, they got to give him forward progress. He was pushed back at the 29, but when he broke the tackle, he got to past the 30, and he did. How about that?
Man, that was great. A good effort there.
And he's over 100 yards receiving. And Julius Thompson has had a fantastic game. He's got 7 catches, 109 yards, and 1 touchdown. And that was a big play. That is fighting like a Cyclone right there. It doesn't matter the score. He's fighting for it on 4th and 10. And here's Ford, and the pass goes off his hands. He took a big lick there, and he was open, but in the middle of the field. But he took a big lick from the safety. Caleb Rouse, I think, was the one that came up and hit him. Goodness gracious. That's when, because you're not looking and you turn, and Hagen Tyler was there, but I think it was Rouse the one that stuck him. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 6:01 left to play. Russellville trailing 49-24, and Cyclone's going to throw an incomplete pass on 2nd down. And I think he was going to Nicholas Hallmark there, and Hallmark broke out. I think he was expecting to break in, so not on the same page there to bring up 3rd down and 10.
And if he'd have held up just a little, of course, we could see everything up here, but number 4, Brown, was in the open, not a defender on him.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on 3rd down and 10. Jones will hand this one off to Ladarius Prince, and not much there. He'll pick up a yard to the 32. 4th down and 9 coming. Cyclones converted that last 4th and 10. Coming into the game, they've converted 58% of them, and they've gone for 35 4th downs of the season. Could it be 36? Russellville looking at 4th down and 9. They need just past the 40 for a 1st down, and they're going for it. Jones looking left the whole way. He's got a man open. It's Thompson. Leaping grab, and he's got the 1st down into Wolf territory at the 47.
Had 2 defenders back there on him, and he just out-jumped them. Did a great job bringing the ball down.
Boy, he is coming into his own in this game right here. 21 yards on the play. Jones to Thompson. The Cyclones have it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Lake Hamilton. Here's Ladarius. Boy, it's been hard to break through the line there on the last few carries, but he does there and gets inside the 45-yard line on a good first down carry. They put him down at the 43, a pickup of 4 yards on the play, 2nd down and 6. Under 5 minutes to go, the Cyclones trailing 49-24, but looking to put something together here on this drive. They started at the 20-yard line. They've gone 37 yards in 9 plays. Jones back to pass here, little skinny post, and it's incomplete. He was going for Thompson once again and kind of turns his hand around, caught it, and it just went right through the hands there. The rain is still coming down, but not as hard as it was. It's kind of a mist of what we're looking at, still in the face of the Cyclones here. Clock stop, 4:41 left to play in the ball game. Cyclones want to put another one in the end zone here.
Even though it was an incomplete pass, Jones did a good job keeping that pass low, so no interceptions on that.
3rd down and 6 for Russellville. Jones back to pass. Out of the backfield was Prince. He was going there, and it's an incomplete pass. It'll bring it 4th down and 6 for the Cyclones. Well, I'm not even going to ask if they're going to go for it. If they're going to go for it on 4th and 10 and 4th and 9 on their own side of the 50, they're going to go for it on 4th and 6 at the 43. The Cyclones tonight trailing, but they've scored 24 points, and they're trying to put together a long drive. They're going to have to convert this 4th down to do so. Jones looking right, fake the screen, come back left, complete to Thompson. Weaving his way, he's got the 1st down and a whole lot more. Pushed out of bounds inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Well, it was a good design, too, there. I mean, it looked like he had the screen set up to the right side, and they shifted that way. When they did that, the Cyclones came right back. And we have a player slow to get up for Lake Hamilton. And so that's why we'll have the clock stopped, as it's Eli Williams, one of their defensive linemen, who's down. And we have a Cyclone also down on the far side. That play goes down to the 32-yard line, a pickup of 11 on the play for Julius Thompson. Been targeted 10 times tonight. He has 9 catches for 141 yards. That last play puts Luke over 200 yards passing tonight. He's 13 of 25. Player for Lake Hamilton is up walking off. The player for the Cyclones is still down. We hope they're just dealing with the cramp, but not sure. And so that's why we have stoppage here with 4:26 left to go in the game. Window's starting to fog up. Surprised it took so long here. The coaches are right next to us, and they've been battling the foggy windows for the entire second half. And ours is starting to get that way. We hope, where they're shooting through the video here, we hope it's fine. They're shifting around on 1st and 10s. We're back to Axon. Jones back to pass. Play action. The skinny post here. Complete to Ladarius Prince inside the 20, inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Ball is loose and picked up by Lake Hamilton, and it is a fumble as they're going to recover it at the 4-yard line.
Well, that's a great pass by Jones, just threading a needle there, and a good catch. But ball's slick. It's wet.
All the way down to the 3-yard line, pickup of 29 yards on the play. However, they recover the fumble, and so the Cyclones now with their 4th turnover tonight. And so the drive stops as Russellville turns the ball over inside the 5 to the 3 with 4:13 left. And Lake Hamilton now just going to try to grind out some yards of 1st downs. And West, the quarterback, keeping himself, he lost yards on the play, snapped it at the 3, and he got tackled at the 1. For a minute there, that looked like that might be, had safety written all over it.
I'm surprised they didn't give it to Barton.
Yeah, well, he was there. So they have it inside their own 1. 2nd down and 12. Russellville trailing 49-24. The Cyclones will be a 5 seed. No chance to fall to a 6 seed. Van Buren has that locked up no matter what happened tonight, which they're losing big to Shiloh Christian. Here on second down is the belly play with Hayden Barton, and he'll run off the right side and be stopped right around the 7-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play. We think the Cyclones are going, we know they're going on the road. We think it's to El Dorado. Cyclones have played El Dorado 9 times. They've won 5, lost 3, and tied 1. Last time they played was back in 2019. Lost 54-14 at home. Last time we played there was actually the year before in 2018. The Cyclones won that one 21-19. And we'll be going back there to that historic stadium. Nice to be there. Tough to call a game from there. We hope the Wi-Fi is not going to be an issue there. On third down and long, they're going to chunk this one deep and out of the reach there, and that, I believe, is their first incompletion of the night, as they were going on that far side to Parker Vandy.
Put a lot of air under that ball, but just overthrew it.
Yeah, they're
forcing them to punt.
4 of 5 for 106 yards, so that is their first incompletion, and now they're going to punt from deep in their own end. In fact, Rouse is going to be in the end zone. Varnell right around the Lake Hamilton 41-yard line. How about a bad snap here? It's a good snap. He gets this one away. It's a low-line drive, goes over the head of Varnell. Oh, my goodness. It's going to take a big roll and roll inside the 25 and roll dead at the 20-yard line. A 73-yard punt. His previous long was 60, and he got 73 right there. And the Cyclones thought they were going to get good field position. They're going to have it at their own 20. Goodness gracious. Just about anything that could go wrong for the Cyclones tonight has, even down to a punt with a late in the game when it doesn't matter. They kick a 73-yard punt. But the good thing is the season's not over. Regular season's over, but now we get the playoffs, so you erase the records, you erase everything. Cyclones will finish the regular season 5-5 overall, 3-4 in conference play. Lake Hamilton improves to 7-3. They were trying to make a bid to get not just a 4 seed, a 3 seed, if they could get Van Buren to upset Shiloh Christian. Back to pass here. Jones throwing far side, and it's going to be incomplete. You know, they're playing some really good football, and I don't mean just tonight. I mean, when you look at beating Shiloh Christian last week, 35-28, at Shiloh Christian on their senior night, and that was they come on the heels of them losing at Greenwood 49-14, getting shut out here at home by Mountain Home 36-0. They were reeling a little bit. But, boy, they really put it on Shiloh Christian last week. It was a 7-point win. It really was 14 because Shiloh scored late when the game kind of was out of reach, or seemingly out of reach. Here's an incomplete pass throwing to Jesus Perez across the middle, and you could really see the wind and the water coming from the sky affecting that pass there, because that was, it almost looked like it was end over end by the time it got to Jesus Perez. It's just really, really affecting us throwing the football. 2:10 left to play here in the ball game. Cyclones trailing here 49-24. This series is going to move to 8-7 in favor of the Cyclones. Russellville won 4 in a row in this series. The first 4 games they played actually shut out Lake Hamilton the first 2 times. Man in motion is Marcellus Olsen. Play action pass to him. Jones across the middle, and it's going to be intercepted at the 34-yard line. It's going to be returned. It's going to be returned for a touchdown. And they're going to take it 34 yards into the end zone for the score. This is Carson Jackson, who's one of the starting wingbacks, but he'll return this one for a score of 34 yards.
Well, I think the rain had an effect on that. It just came out of his hands, just slipped out of his hands. And it's just hard to play in especially passing game in weather like this.
Well, even when it's not just weather like this, when they know you have to throw the football. You know, and the Cyclones down big. Look, they want to score, so they're having to throw because there's 2 minutes left, and the interception goes 34 yards for a touchdown from Parker Jackson. Makes it 55-24. The extra point is good. Boy, that barely made it over. 56-24 is our score. We'll take a break. 1:59 left to go in the game. Cyclones trailing big here. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Did you know that Henderson State University offers a nurturing classroom environment with caring faculty, who will invest in your career success? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come check us out. Visit hsu.edu/getready for additional information. Did you know that Henderson State University offers the only aviation degree in Arkansas? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come fly with us. Visit hsu.edu/aviation for additional information.
Cyclones trail here 56-24, and Brad Kaufman just texted me that El Dorado's up in their game 77-49 on the first play of the fourth quarter. Well, if we play El Dorado next week, I hope they score 100 this week and they use up all their points this week and can't score next week. My goodness. You talk about clicking. Their offense must be clicking. I wonder if that's all offensive scores or not. Russellville going to call for a fair catch at the 21-yard line. And on that last pick six there, it looked like that the receiver broke off the route or ran something different, and Luke Jones was expecting him to be a certain spot. He wasn't there. It was picked off, so miscommunication once again between quarterback and wide receiver. That happens. Carson Jackson picks it off, runs 34 yards for the score. 56-24 is the score. The Cyclones trail here by 32. They have the ball after the fair catch at the 21-yard line. And Lucas Stokes going to come in for the Cyclones, and here with 1:59 left, and why not? You can get him some experience. They brought in double-digit ninth graders to as soon as the season was over, as Daniel Tackett's going to carry for a couple yards here. And that's good. Ninth grade season's over, and so, look, they get to come in, they get to practice, they get to travel with the team, gives them good experience. Stokes, the lone ninth grader that's getting to play, but if there's more out there, we just don't have them listed on the roster. I've only got a couple. Got Noah Coppin's number. And so it's good experience for them. Stokes, back to pass, throwing far side, incomplete. He was going for, I don't know if that was Hallmark.
As
I think
Hallmark,
it was
number
I saw
47
4 over there, but, yeah, he was going with Hallmark. Might have been taking a peek, see what he had in front of him. And if Noah's 73, Noah Kaufman may be out there. I can't tell. I see a 72, a 75. Not sure. 3rd down and 9 for the Cyclones. Stokes back to pass. Looking left. He's going to throw this one, and it's man-on-man coverage, and it's going to be incomplete. The ball just hung up there because of that wind. He was going for Julius Thompson, though, at man-on-man coverage, and it stops the clock. The incomplete pass with 1:20 left to play. Here in the ballgame, Cyclones looking at 4th down and 8 from their own 23-yard line, looking like they're going to go for it. Stokes stays in there, Daniel Tackett there. Cyclones with 3 wide receivers to the right side. Hallmark is the one in the middle. Manning is the one out the outside. Stokes looking, throwing far sides, complete enough for the first down, gets to the 35-yard line, and that may be Thompson. And he's going to sleep good tonight. He has been a workhorse tonight.
He's got some good hands showing that tonight.
As they put him down at the 34-yard line, Julius gets 11 yards on that reception. He's got 152 tonight on 10 catches, targeted 13 times. As Tackett will carry to the 40-yard line. Stokes now 1 for 2 for that 11 yards. And Tackett picks up 6 there. So it brings up 2nd down and 4 for Russellville. 45 seconds left to play here at the ballgame. Lake Hamilton had 12 guys on. They run a player off late. Incomplete pass thrown far side to Thompson. That'll stop the clock with 38 seconds left. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Russellville most likely on the road next week at El Dorado for the first round of the playoffs. And throwing an incomplete pass on 3rd down as they try to throw near side here. Had 2 receivers in the area, Espinosa and Hallmark. Not look past El Dorado, but what happens is whoever wins that game, Russellville and El Dorado, will get a team that drew a bye. The top 2 teams in the East and the top 2 teams in the West actually get first-round byes.
Flags coming in.
On 4th down and 4, and it'll move us back and make it 4th down and 9 as we had a false start there. 34 seconds left here in the ball game, and It's been a long game. We had a late start because they had a senior night. They waited to start it, had a bunch of kids to recognize. So we're about 10, 15 minutes later than normal getting started. I really thought this game, the way Lake Hamilton runs the ball, the way we run the ball, I thought it'd be over quick. Low snap and picked up off the turf is Stokes, and he's got a long way to go. He's not going to get there. He gets to the 40, pick up about 5 yards, but he needed 9, and the Cyclones will turn the ball over on downs. With 28 seconds left to go in the game, the Cyclones turn the ball over on downs, and Lake Hamilton just has to take a knee. They do have to snap it. In junior high football, the clock starts on change of possession. You wouldn't have to here. But they do have to snap it, but all I have to do is take a knee, and they are going to go victory formation as Barton backs up 10 yards away, and they'll go under center, and West, he'll step back and take a knee back at the 45-yard line. That goes as a team loss of 5 yards, and that'll do it. Lake Hamilton, after trailing the Cyclones by 7, even by 3, 10-7. Boy, they exploded there to finish the first half and never looked back. They win it here by a score of 56-24 over the Cyclones. We're going to take a break and come back with your post-game show. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of the 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job with the smooth shifting you want on the trail. Plus, with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers or stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at your local Honda of Russellville at 220 Lakefront Drive. For your safety, read the owner's manual. Wear a helmet, eye protection, closed side nets, and doors. And always wear seatbelt. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
A lot of cities claim to be unique, but are they really? Were they the off-season playground for legends like Babe Ruth and Al Capone? Do they sell beer made from thermal spring water that comes straight from the ground below? Do any of these places have a street that has a gangster museum on one side of the road and a national park on the other? Let me go ahead and answer that for you. They don't, because none of them are Hot Springs, Arkansas. For more info, visit hotsprings.org. When you share the story of your summer vacation, will people lean in or tune out? When you tell them you spent one morning in a 4-story treehouse and that afternoon at the world's largest indoor Tesla coil, you'll have their attention. When you explain that you took your kids on thrill rides and a Sunset Lake cruise in the span of a few hours, they'll be hooked. And when you say you enjoyed a relaxing soak in the city's famous thermal spring water, well, then they'll just be jealous because they didn't go to Hot Springs, Arkansas. For more info, visit hotsprings.org.
Celebrate with us at Phil Wright Auto Play as we mark our incredible 49-year anniversary. You don't want to miss out what we have going on during this great event. Huge discounts and savings on a great selection of Chevrolets, GMC, and pre-owned inventory. Whether you're in the market for a new car, truck, or an SUV, now's the perfect time to find your dream vehicle at the price you'll love. Come see us today and join in on the anniversary excitement. Serving the River Valley since 1975, exit 84, just off I-40, Russellville.
Welcome back. The Cyclones lose it here by a score of 56-24. We're going to quickly go over some stats with you, but I do want to say that we'll post them on our Facebook page, Cyclone Booth. Just go look for that here in probably about 15-20 minutes. We'll post that on the Facebook page. Total yards, 417 for Russellville, 460 for Lake Hamilton. For the Cyclones, they had 251 yards passing, 166 rushing. Highlight the leaders. Luke Jones, 14 of 29 for 240 throwing the football. Had 2 touchdowns, did have 2 interceptions. Lucas Stokes was 1 of 5 for 11 yards. Top receiver, there's no doubt about that. Julius Thompson, 10 catches, 152 yards, and a touchdown. A great night tonight for Julius Thompson. Dajuan Ford had 4 catches for 70 yards. Running the football, Marcellus Olson had 8 carries for 87 yards. Ladarius Prince, 15 carries for 51 yards tonight. For Lake Hamilton, Landon West was 4 of 5 for 106 yards throwing, had 3 touchdown passes tonight. His main target, well, he kind of spread it around, all 4 completions. Dylan Murphy, though, had 49 yards on 1 touchdown catch. Carson Jackson had a touchdown catch of 38 yards. Hayden Barton, as advertised, 186 yards rushing on 18 carries and a couple of touchdowns. Dylan Murphy, 7 carries for 92 yards. Cyclones beat them on total plays. We had 69 plays. They had 45, but the turnover margin, that was huge. Even after getting a turnover of Lake Hamilton on the very first series, the Cyclones then had 5 turnovers after that, lost the turnover margin, down 4 on that. Russellville penalized 8 times for 45 yards, 5 for 45 against Lake Hamilton. Third down conversions, 4 of 15 for Russellville, 4 of 10 for the Wolves. The Wolves went for 1 fourth down, got it. The Cyclones went for 4th down 5 times, converted 4 of them in the game. But the main stat, the Cyclones lose it here by a score of 56-24. Your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, no doubt turnovers hurt. The penalties, it wasn't a number of penalties, it's when they came. On a drive where we had 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4, and we'd get this penalty of 5 yards. So that hurt us tonight. And it just seems like when Lake Hamilton scored that touchdown, in their first touchdown in the second half, right after we had scored, it just seemed like it took the air out of us. You could just see the momentum begin to change to me right then, and we could just never get it back, and it was because of turnovers and penalties. But I think that was the 2 main things tonight that I could see in the Cyclones.
Well, we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of Cyclone football. Reminding you our next broadcast will be next week. The Cyclones will be in the playoffs. Pretty sure it's going to be El Dorado. We know it's going to be there. Wherever we are, we're going to be on the road. As we said earlier, they faced El Dorado 9 times, won 5 of them, lost 3 and tied 1. And the last time we did play was in 2019, 5 years ago. And last time played there was 6 years ago in 2018. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air with Coach's Show at 6:30. Don't forget, Cyclones Lady Cyclone basketball team will be hosting Watson Chapel on Tuesday at Cyclone Arena at 6 p.m. We'll be on the air Cyclone booth a little bit before that for that one, and it won't be streamed. But tomorrow night you can go to Cyclone Arena and watch the boys play Cabot in the benefit game. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Also want to send a special thank you to our engineer Stephen Berry and our Cyclone booth media team of Chase Canfield and Maggie Duval. This is Cyclone booth KCJC and EAB Sports, your home for all Cyclone sports all season long. Our final score from Wolf Stadium in Percy, Arkansas, it was Lake Hamilton 56, the Russellville Cyclones 24. Stay tuned on KCJC here in about 13 minutes. You can hear the scoreboard show. It starts at 10 o'clock and goes until midnight here on 102.3. For Chase Canfield and Maggie Duval and our engineer Stephen Berry and Aaron Duval, I'm Mickey Duval saying to you, good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Basil. So long, everybody.
Russellville Cyclone football on River Country KCJC is made possible in part by Sorrell's Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Diver Vision Care.